run away. Like we ain't had all the hood rats and mud rats. Like you ain't had them with good stats and nothing. Nobody gon' ruin me. I just call my wife up, let's get Hoover free. I put all my ice up in my Louis V. I just caught my mama crib, I'm back over E.
With Truck.Pro, you get access to the best load board in the game, giving you the tools to find higher paying loads and streamline your operation. And right now, you can try the Pro plan free for 30 days, a $159 value. Click the link in the description to claim your free Pro plan and start making smarter moves for your trucking business today.
Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults, as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say. Viewer discretion is advised.
Check, 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 check. Check, check. Can you hear me now? Hold on. Let me see something. Y'all can hear me? All right, my bad. It's been a minute. I don't stream that much no more. So, you know, the stuff kind of got thrown out of wizard. All right, let me do this all over again. Come on in. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications. Shout out to St. Louis. Shout out to Gold. Shout out to I Get Paid. Shout out to Jonathan. Shout out to shout out to Don Solo representing the crib. Shout out to Pippi. Shout out to the moderators. Shout out to Ricardo. Shout out to St. Louis. Shout out to Craig. Shout out to Marie. Come on in. Link pinned to the top of the chat. Call in show. It's already some people in the back. First come, first serve. Shout out to Beats. I'm gonna try to keep it 2 hours in and out. I ain't finna be here all night. Shout out to Marie. Shout out to Kirk in the building. Shout out to Paul in the building. Who else we got? 2 for 1. What up? Goat Logistics. What up? Antoine. What up? Snooty. What up? Y'all can hear me now, right? Mellors. What up? T Beezy. What up? I see everybody's told me I was muted. Appreciate you. L Cool J. 5 star said I was on a call. No, I wasn't on a call. It's just sometimes the settings can get thrown out of whack. Manifest, what up? Who else? Ivan, what up? Representing the crib. Box Truck Buddha representing the crib. True Carrot, what's the deal? All right, we're just gonna get straight to it because we already got somebody in the back, people in the back. We're just gonna go ahead and hop right into it. What's going on?
What's good, Mark?
How you doing?
I'm good, brother. Head to great, man. I've been a student of your channel for the longest. I got a question. I done followed every rule you done taught. I got a box truck business, and I do final mile. I'm contracted through RXO, which in return got a contract through Home Depot. I got 5 trucks right now, and I have about 12 employees. My question to you is this. My average truck a day makes about anywhere from about $775 to $800. What I pay my employees, I pay my driver $200 and I pay my helper $175. What should I be paying my driver and my helper? My fuel expense is about is about $50 depending on where they're going if the route is local. And it can go up to like 100, 125 depending on if they're going long distance rides and how many stops they have and depending on the depth that I got to put into the vehicle. What should I be paying my employees, bro?
That's all depends on your business. Where are you located at?
Well, right now we running out of the warehouse in Loxley, Alabama. So we cover southern Alabama, like Mobile area, up to all the way across to Fort Walton in Florida.
You said
So yeah,
what are you renting trucks or you own your trucks?
okay. Now I own one truck, but in order to get, I own one truck, bro, and I rent 4 trucks through Enterprise. Now the cost of those trucks every week, they run me, like I said, depending on the mileage, it's $500 a week. Plus they add like a $38 charge on it, so it's $538 plus 16 cents a mile. My average truck expense is about anywhere from $750 to $800. $819 is the highest I've been charged.
What what and you said you got a guarantee of what, $775 a day?
Yeah, it averages out to about 775 once I get my settlement at the end of the week. I add that together and I do my expenses. So my average route pays about 775. Some of them sometimes they hit about 890, 900, some up in there, but that's few and far in between. My average route is about 700 and some change.
So what are you netting off those rental trucks then?
A week I'm netting off the rental trucks, bro. Some anywhere between 225
A day. What are you
between
netting a day?
a day, probably about 225, 250 off each rental truck.
You netting 225 a day.
Yeah, off each rental truck.
So that's with
After
that's with the 375 that you paying them
uh-huh.
plus
And
your
the and
fuel.
plus my fuel, plus the rental truck cost.
So how much is the rental truck cost down to the day?
Down to the day it's about,
There ain't no about. What is
yeah,
it?
no cap on that. One thing about you and knowing, studying you, that's a math I haven't did, brother. And if
So you asking me to answer a question for you to pay, and I don't even know what it's costing you to
that I that I
run.
haven't figured out. Now, how do I do the math on that, bro?
Divide what you paying for the truck times how many days it is.
So divide what I'm paying them.
Divide what you paying for the truck divided by 7 days.
Oh, okay. I got my pad and my pen. Let me do that. I'm a mathematician, real quick, bro. I know you got other callers. So divide what I'm paying for the truck. 600. All right. Divide what I'm paying for the truck by how many days?
Yeah,
So
that's
if
how
it's
much
6 days,
do it by the week. Even if you're not running, do it by the week, 7 days. So, that's how much the truck is costing you a day. They don't give you no free days. So you divide it by the day. If it's 7 days and you paying 700, then it costs you $100 a day. So whatever they
$100 a
charge
day.
you, whatever you paying
So,
for the truck for the week, divide that by 7 days. That's what it's
so that's
costing
like
you each day
125.
for the truck. Huh?
So it's like 120, 115.
All right. So now add that. 375 plus how much you spending on average for fuel.
Probably about 50, $60.
Ain't no probably. What are you spending?
See, I only know what I
See,
put in
these
the
numbers
sheet.
is real numbers. It ain't no probably. If you already doing it, you should know.
Or right.
So what
Yeah.
you spending?
I'm spending I'm spending about $75 a day, bro.
About, or that's what you spending?
That's what I'm spending because I can't say that's what I'm spending, Mark, because sometimes depending on where they're going, I might put $50 in the truck.
You should know what the average cost of what your trucks is running. Your numbers should be down to the T. This is how you don't lose money. This is how you know what you're making. Like you should know what
So
you're
how
making or losing down to the penny.
so
So you
how I
saying
get the
70? So
numbers
we
down?
just gonna go. We just gonna go with your numbers. So one was 75, 375, right? Plus another
Uh huh.
75, so that's 450, right? Plus another
Yeah.
120 for the truck, right? So that's 570, right? Now how
Okay.
much? So now already right there, you're not making 225. You told me you was making 225. You can't be making 225. So now how much is your insurance costing you?
My insurance every month for each truck is 1,300.
1,300 flat.
Yeah, 1,300 flat.
All right, now divide that by 30 days.
The 1,300.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. All right.
What's that? 613. So now we at
That's
what,
613.
613?
613.
So that ain't no 225, 250 a day. You more about now we got to calculate other costs. What other
What other car?
costs? You tell
Death.
me.
Got death
Okay.
fluid.
Got death. What about tolls?
And there's no tolls. Luckily, there's no tolls on our routes.
Ain't no tolls in Alabama?
Nah, not where we're
Mm.
going.
All right.
Yeah, there's no
All right.
tolls. So basically, what you're saying is this truck. Damn. So I'm only making about 175. I'm making like 150 off each
Where
truck a
you
day.
get that from? I'm at 127. You said how much you was grossing? 750? What'd you say?
Like 775, 750. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what? To me, you making what, about $137, and that's if it ain't no other cost. So
Yeah.
that's if ain't no other cost. I'm pretty sure there's some other cost somewhere. You ain't got no claims or nothing.
No, no claims. I got so far. I got a good team. We have no claims. I had
So you
one
probably
claim for like a
so
hundred.
for what?
I had one claim for like 100 and something bucks, but I got to the customer myself and paid that out of pocket. But it's still, as you say, that's still a cost.
Mhm. So you paying $1,300 per truck a month, right?
In insurance,
Who was that insurance through?
I got Geico.
And this is for you running through RXO. What's your coverage look like? What's your
What do you
policy?
mean? My policy, I only got AL. I got AL and MTC through Geico.
No. What's your policy? What do you got?
What you mean?
Like what's your aggregate? What's your general liability? What's your aggregate? Your auto, your cargo.
Oh, I'm a cargo. I gotta look at it, but I know I met all
You
RXO
you should
policies.
you should you
So
should know that. You should know that off the bat. Because I
nah,
know
I
with
don't know that.
RXO, you what's your, you got an umbrella too, right? You should have an umbrella with RXO
Yeah, I have umbrella coverage.
what's how much you got on your umbrella coverage?
I think it's like 500.
Nah, it ain't gonna be no 500. Well, we lost you, big dog. Your phone. You getting a call or something? Link pin to the top of the chat. Appreciate that super chat.
Sweet.
Looking to get into the space next year. Saving right now. Trying to have at least 40 to 50 working capital, 15 to 20 aside. Get the truck and all the equipment. When doing research, you got to click the link. Appreciate that super chat. Got to click the link. Mr. Rich. We're gonna call you Richie Rich. All right, Mr. Rich. We're gonna call you Richie Rich. We're gonna call you Richie Rich, Mr. Rich. All right, so where do we leave off at?
You was asking me about. You were telling me I need to know all my coverages.
Yeah, you need to know your coverage because you through Geico. So how much is what's on your coverage?
I know I got ALGL. I got motor transport cargo through them. Only thing
Okay,
I
so
don't have
we
through
know
them is working.
no. We know you got at least $1 million on your general liability. What's the umbrella? Do you have an umbrella? I'm pretty sure you got an umbrella.
I gotta look at my COI, and if I
Who
flip
are you?
off,
Who are you? You doing Lowe's through RXO?
no, I'm doing Home Depot through RXO.
Appliances?
Yes, sir.
You ain't got no accidental occupational on there?
Yeah, I got that. I have that. Yeah.
Okay, what's the coverage looking like for that?
Damn, that's something I don't know. I'm not gonna cap to you, but I know I have it. I will have to look at my COI.
Yeah, you got to know this stuff. You're supposed to know this stuff like the back of your hand. It's your
Yeah,
business.
nah.
You should be able to. You asking me questions, but you can't tell me nothing about your business.
No, I can't tell you that, Mark. I'm not even gonna cap to you.
Yeah, see, you got to know this stuff, big dog. Like you supposed to know this, like you know your address.
Trust me, I'm writing down and I'm taking these notes right now.
So you
So I
called up here to
definitely,
ask me what you should be paying your guys. So you're not making no money. You losing money, right?
from what it looked like, yeah.
No, I'm telling you, we already done figured that out. But normally when people call up here and they ask me this question, you wouldn't be asking me this question if your account was growing. Your account, you spending money. So that number that we got to that you thought was 2 something that I just broke down, that's 1 something, is not even 1 something because there's things that that I don't know. I just took care of the basic and just proved that number wasn't what you thought it was. So whatever other fees you got, I mean, you this close to $100 based off of the shit that I just came up with. So it's always going to be other stuff. You're not making no money. You probably losing money. Then your mileage. You're not telling me what you paying for miles. You renting a truck. You renting trucks. You renting 4 trucks. You probably making some money on the truck you own if you own it outright. But with what you paying those guys, that's a fair wage. $200 for the driver and $175 for the helper. You could actually, to pay them more wouldn't be out of the norm. So if you thought that you was paying them too much, you paying them about average. $225 ain't out the norm. $250 ain't out the norm for a driver doing final mile. So you already losing money because you don't know what it's costing you to run your business. You just running.
So I need to go back to the lab and figure this stuff out.
Yeah, I mean, you at about $700, $600 some dollars just with the cost that we just came up between your payroll and the truck rental, the insurance, and the fuel. You're about 6 something. You got too many trucks, bro. Like, why you got all these trucks?
Well, truthfully, they wasn't meeting CSATs when I got there. The customer satisfaction, the little review that they send to customers. So when I got there, my company been holding CSATs down, and he been getting rid of the other companies, the other contractors, and asking me to put trucks on in their place. I definitely know that I didn't want to do it at first, but I didn't want to pass up the opportunity.
But if here's the thing, and I talked about this before. Just because an opportunity presents itself don't mean it's the right time. Because if you can't if you can't take the opportunity on successfully, then I'm not finna accept an opportunity just to spend money to satisfy a million or billion-dollar logistics company so that they can satisfy Home Depot. You know,
Heard.
back when I was taking those accounts when they was throwing them at me, my labor on the truck for the day was $175. This is back when you could pay a driver $100 and they'd be fine. So when I was building up back then, my labor was $175, and we was making the same thing you making today. Maybe about $100 less. We was making about $600 guaranteed, but it was only costing me $175 in labor. So it was easy for me to take on excess work that they was throwing it at me in a rental, and then 2-3 months transition out of that rental into a truck that I purchased because there was so much upside because the margin was so wide. Now the margin is like this, but the pay is still the same. So, you know, it doesn't make sense just because the opportunity is there. If it's not beneficial, then it defeats the
Leave it where it's
purpose.
at. I got you. I think I'm
I
gonna go
think
ahead and
maybe
down.
here's the thing. I'm not saying maybe one truck, maybe one rental truck, right? Because if you're making $150 a day, I think that's cool with a rental truck. But if you're not making that, you know, because it sounds like you're making less, then it just defeats the purpose. Because now when you get a claim, it's just a wrap.
It's a wrap, yeah.
Because you're not making enough money to leave to when those claims do come, you building up a nest egg to take care of those claims. You're not making no money. So now you got elevated risk. The more trucks you send out doing final mile, the higher your risk is. That's 5 trucks doing a minimum of 10 stops. That means that's 50 different opportunities minimum for something to happen. A floor to get scratched, a wall to get dinged, dented, and you're not making nothing. So you got all this risk. The more trucks you add, the more risk you got, and you're not making nothing. The risk ain't worth the reward.
Heard. So I'm going to downsize then, because that was the plan from the beginning. Like, just run my one truck, get a rental truck, stack up some money, and then buy another truck. That way I can kill that rental truck fee, bro.
I mean, one rental truck may be okay, but you need to see what you profiting with one rental truck. You don't even know what you profiting with the truck you own. So you might want to go all the way back down to one, because you can't even tell me what the truck that you own is doing. So me personally, you do what you want to do. I'm not telling you what to do. I know some people gonna say YOLO. You know what I'm saying? But you're going YOLO until you. I wanted to say something else that rhymed. I was finna say, because I'm thinking homeless, and then I was finna go homo, but that don't make sense. So
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that.
So, hold on. So I got to think of something. YOLO until you right. YOLO until you know more. You dig what I'm saying?
Until
you out of there. You dig till you know more. I knew I was gonna come up with something. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was gonna come up with something. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So me personally, I would I would break it all the way down. I would break it all the way down. You dig? Yeah, I would break it all the way down, and get some understanding with the truck that you own, and then work from there.
Man. Hey, Mark, man, I want to let you know, bro, I appreciate all the game you give out. You feel me? And I also want to apologize for all the idiots out there, man, who aren't listening and getting their feelings when it comes to somebody giving them business, man. You master Yoda at this shit, bro. And trust me,
I appreciate you.
I soak it all in. So I'm gonna go back to the drawing board, and I'm gonna take your advice, because one thing about it, whoever out there listening, whatever advice this man giving your ass, he giving it to you blood raw. I done listened to all the niggas out there, and they always sugarcoat everything, man. Don't get in your feelings when this man telling you something, man. Stay out your feelings, man. Ain't no money in that. Y'all know that, man.
Hey man,
Mark, I appreciate you.
It's a lot of soft people out here nowadays, man. They get butthurt.
It is, bro. I be listening to you, man, and I'm like, man, why is this man going back and forth with this man like he know the game, and you just started, and this man trying to tell you some real shit. But man, homie, I appreciate your time, dog, and just know your words ain't wasted on me, homie. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What is this cat talking about? Is this a troll? Do we got a troll? Do I got to crash out? Is we finna do a crashing out? I can't make it up, man, because the spelling is off. Do I got a Chris at? Link pin to the top of the chat. I know it's been a month. We ain't been streaming like that. We just gonna allow the crash out to happen. That's why we just been chilling out. We're gonna allow the crash out to happen. All right, link pin to the top of the chat. We taking on people who got Q&A or questions. We gonna take on the Trinos too. We gonna take on the trolls. Don't think because I ain't been around, I ain't quick with it. I'm quick with it. You dig what I'm saying? All your favorite trolls, they get assassinated when they come. you dig what I'm saying? They get quiet. We ain't forgot. Who is Casino Baby? Casino Baby Shark. Appreciate you. I ain't gonna say I miss you back because I don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I miss you back, but I appreciate you. You safe when you say I appreciate you. But I ain't gonna say I miss you back because I don't know who you is. You dig what I'm saying? I don't know what you there's a lot of stuff going on out here in the world now. You dig? So all right, link pin to the top of the chat, call-in show. It's been a month. I think the last call-in show I did was February 23rd. So it's been a little over a month. We was on the fence about doing this one, man. I was kind of encouraged to do it in the Discord. So, we're gonna do it. Y'all be tweaking. Like he said, people want to go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna be going back and forth with people that don't know what. Like, how you gonna go back and forth with someone and you trying to get the information? You don't even got the information. You want to go back and forth with me. So fuck it. I'm just not gonna go back and forth. You made a nickel at the casino, and I seen you can start a box truck business. Man, good. Congratulations for that nickel. Don't take it back to the casino. Don't give it back to them. Yeah, I know. I already know they trolling. Link pin to the top of the chat. It's at the top. Link pin to the top. Yeah, I ain't really got nothing to talk about. It's a call-in show. This is what people been asking me to do. Mark, when the next call-in show? I don't know. Maybe Sunday. Sunday come, I don't do it. Mark, when the next call-in show? I don't know. Maybe Sunday. I've been saying that for 5 weeks now. All right, so now I'm here. It took a lot for me to do this one. Y'all was mad at Big Mark. So I said, all right, well, shit, I ain't got to do these calls. Y'all thought like I had to do them or something. Man, I showed y'all, didn't I? Yes, I did. I showed you I don't have to do anything. Hey, I don't even do the afternoon live streams no more. I just been doing the Wise Men. And when those episodes is up, I don't know if I'm going to, I don't know. You did what I'm saying? Hey, man, Casino, is you a man or a woman? Is you a man or a woman? On the real. My chick don't even send me hard eye emojis. Hey, Casino. See, I told you Casino was a troll. What'd I tell you? People just ain't got shit better to do now or at birth. I told you. That's why I said I wasn't gonna say that when they said I miss you. I said I appreciate it. I ain't gonna say it back because I don't know what you is. That's why I played it the way I played it. See, people will set you up. See, now somebody would have somebody like a middle American, they wouldn't have seen the play. They would have said it back, embraced it and shit like that. But low key, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Low key, that's like it's a troll. I told you it was a troll. Link pinned to the top of the chat, man. Hey, man, look. God bless you. That's all I got to say. God bless you. All right. Where we at? Call-in show. We got one call down. We're going to see how many we can get by 9 o'clock. I ain't got nothing to talk about. I ain't got no cook up. I'm just here for the call-in show. That's it. That's it and that's all. Just here for the call-in show. I'm just here for the call-in show. This is what they asked me to do. They said, Mark, where you been at? Can you do a call-in show? I said, all right, man. Y'all was mad at me. Y'all got mad at me about Daniel. Y'all got mad at me about all these other people when I told them to keep their jobs. Y'all got mad because I told what else? What else did they get mad at me about? Because I called somebody a gigger. And somebody got mad. I said, you gigger. Goddamn gigger. They took the shit to heart. Gigger. They got mad at that. What else they get mad at? I had people, questioning my faith. I dropped a video the other day that was a clip from a call-in show from December with the African guy. And if you watch that clip, I was talking about God in that video. I was telling him how his job was probably a blessing. And I said, bro, I ain't going to sit up here and tell you this. I said, I'm a Christian. I've been talking God stuff in my content since the beginning. So, and you know what? I stumbled up on that live stream and I'm like, because I was going to put out, I said, I'm going to start by putting out call-in show clips. And that was the first one I came across. And I said, ain't that God? I said, look at God. Look at God. He found a live stream clip where I was talking about God in the clip. Mm-hmm. Yep, sure did. They working. They working. Yep. Sure did. Well, we're gonna see. Any more calling? We waiting. Sometimes it take a little minute for people to start calling in. Usually take about 20, 30 minutes. We had a guy call in during the intro, which I like. I like when people do that. That way we can get straight to it. But like people been asking me to do this shit for a month now. I just ain't really had the. I just don't really have the whatever, whatever it is, I ain't had it. Man, we can't see you, big dog. You gotta cut the lights on. I don't talk to people in the dark. No offense, but you gotta cut the light on. Let me see who you are. All right, they hung up. All right, we'll see who this is. All right, we got somebody. What up?
What's going on, Chief?
What's the deal? Where you from? Philly?
No, I'm from New York, but I live in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. What's going on?
All right, so boom, I know you do the box trucks, but I was trying to get into the sprinter game. And I just wanted to get a little insight on it. I've been watching a few of your videos Little background, I did IT, but due to the current circumstances, I'm no longer in that field. And I figured, might as well take this opportunity to try my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
You
how I
said you
came up with the whole sprint.
you said you in IT?
I was in IT.
What happened? Why you get out?
They doing layoffs.
Mm.
So I mean, I got opportunities to get back in it, but it's not going to be at the same pay rate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I could like try to tap in and learn some other skills and get a better job. But I figured now, while I had this opportunity and you know what I'm saying, I got good backing, might as well just take the shot.
Man, God bless you, man. What you wanna know from me?
I mean, just, some insight. I know you work with box trucks. I did a lot of research. I'm planning on getting, the Mercedes-Benz 3500 XD.
Oh
Um,
man, brand new.
yeah, not brand new, used. Between like
Okay.
40, probably like 40 and between 40 and 50K.
Ooh, man, you want to go for the big boy out the rip?
Might as well. Might as well.
Might as well, huh? Okay, all right.
Might as
Go
well.
ahead, might go all the way or go home. You did what I'm saying. You think that's gonna be the? You think that that's probably gonna be the best decision for you?
Well, I've been doing a lot of homework. I know the Mercedes Benz is a little bit more expensive, but it, based off the research I did, it has a lot of durability. And it has the capacity to take larger loads. And if I can have the option to take larger loads, then I don't see why not. My thing is though, I'm kind of torn between getting the 170 standard and the 170 extended wheelbase.
Hmm. Here's my thing. I'm just gonna tell you my thing. I'm not gonna like tell you what transit, sprinter, uh, pro master. My advice, what I would do, I would try to find something, especially on the new, that's probably more inexpensive. 50,000. That's a nice little note. Sounds like you want to go over the road with it, right?
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
did all that already. My note going to be like, I think it's going to be between 900 and $1,000.
Okay. All right. Well, it's probably gonna be a little bit more than that. Um. Well, I don't know what you're gonna put down, so I'll just go with what you're saying. So, me personally, I would go with probably a transit. You know what I'm saying? Cheaper on the maintenance, um, less costly because I'm in business to make money, not spend it. So the cheaper it is for me to get in, the more money I can make, bigger my margin is.
I
So,
got you. So on the road, you don't, cause like I said, I'm kind of new to this.
mhm,
Uh, Based off of loads I've seen on like load boards, you know what I'm saying? I know the, payload for the transit, it probably be like 2,000 in
okay,
comparison to the Mercedes Benz, which is like between 4 and 5,000. So I've been
mhm,
looking at loads and I see a lot of loads that take that payload for the 4K.
mhm,
I won't be able to take those jobs with the Ford Transit.
mhm.
But if you're saying don't worry about that, there's a lot of jobs that I can get with the Ford Transit, then I can
That,
see why
that
that would be good advice.
that's not what I'm saying. I just, I know people that have the Ford, the Mercedes Benz, and to me, the Transit is a better vehicle. To me,
Okay.
costly, maintenance wise. So if you're looking at loads, the loads you can take versus overall maintenance over a period of time. So that's how I would be looking at it if I were you. Me personally, I would go with the Transit 350 single wheelbase. So I wouldn't even go with a dual
Friends.
wheelbase because you're gonna have a hard time getting that last pallet in. So I would go with a Transit 350 high roof extended single wheelbase.
Okay. Extended
That's
single
me. That's
wheelbase
that now that's
350.
that now that's
I mean,
me. That's me. That's me. You can do what you want to do, but you know, I wouldn't go with a Mercedes.
Okay. All right, cool.
But you do what you want to do now. You gotta do what you want to do. It's about what you want to do. You know what I'm
Copy.
saying? Me, I'm not going. I want to make money, and then I want my maintenance to be less costly as well. I could take that Ford to Ford. I could take it somewhere else. Whereas that Mercedes, I got to take it to Mercedes, or I got to take it to uh, 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 an, a foreign place where they work on foreign cars. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just take that Mercedes Benz just anywhere. So I look at shit
Yeah.
like that too. So
Copy. I'm I mean, I'm gonna get your information, man. I don't know if you do like a mentorship or stuff like that offline, but
no, I don't do it. I just do this
all right,
call in
cool.
show. This call in show. And
Got
then
you, got you. I kind of saw this on the random. I'm cooking
yeah,
food right now. I got a whole bunch more questions, but I'm gonna let you get back to it, and I'll just keep, I mean, doing my thing. But I appreciate the advice, bro.
appreciate you, big dog.
All right, for sure.
Yes, sir. Yo, yo,
What you doing, What you doing,
what's
Mark?
going on? What's the
You
deal?
can hear me?
Yes, sir.
I just want to say, man, how important it is to work, man. I see that your channel draws a lot of those type of individuals that really want to just skip the grind, you know what I mean, to get there, the trenches as we call it, you know what I mean, the mud. But
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. I'm working right now. I work 2 jobs, and I got my
Mm-hmm.
authority, and I'm gonna keep them. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be like that because my insurance is gonna get paid, and my gas is gonna get paid wherever
Mm-hmm.
that truck need to go. You know what I mean? Start a
Mm-hmm.
team. There's a lot of brothers out here with good skills and stuff and trades. Get together, put something together. And, I mean, both of y'all got to work 2 jobs. If you want to do it by yourself, however you want to do it, you know what I mean? Do it. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Uh, I like how you push that though. It's one thing too though that I know I want to get your opinion on it. I just
Mm-hmm.
came across it the other day. Cooking your authority. I never did it. I never cooked
Cooking
my
your
authority.
cooking your authority.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
No, I never did. I'd always paid outright, but I just
I,
was going on research and just different insurance stuff. You know what I mean? How people
I,
cut
I
their
never did.
insurance for a lower
I, I
cost.
I never did it either, bro.
But say it again.
I never did it either.
Yeah, I never did it, man. You know what I mean? I paid the when I started off, I paid big starting our insurance. You know what I mean? It's cheap now.
Mm-hmm.
It's real cheap now. You know when I get in and get out. But yeah, just a lot of people do it. You know what I mean? When they put their personal vehicle, on their authority, But yeah, I just wanted to see what
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
you input on that.
I don't. We call that. Nah, I ain't gonna say what we call that, but I'm gonna
Nah,
keep
what's
it.
it? What you call it, brother?
I'm gonna keep it, man. Man, we can't. It's bro, like man. I listen. I ain't gonna tell you what we call it,
I
but
mean,
nah,
I would like to know, but I understand. I got you.
nah, man. We gotta keep it, man. I'm starting to realize it's a lot of real. This is a real sensitive society that we living
Mm,
in, and I might start a Rumble channel so I can be more vocal, and I would recommend like people that like are sensitive just not come over there.
right.
So because even when you straightforward from a business perspective, like it ain't like I'm speaking like Kanye or nothing. I'm just telling people business shit straightforward, and they
Well,
they
can I say this real
crying
quick,
and
Mark?
shit. Yeah.
You talking to individuals that understand what you're saying, that got a frame of reference for it. You know what I mean? And we thank you. You may not, we sit
No.
in the cut. I've been watching. I've been sitting in the cut. I'm in the shadows. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I go over your old videos. I watch all of it. You know what I mean? And I respect what you put out there because you're straightforward and you don't care about no feelings, no
Hmm.
emotions. Get it in the mud. You know what I mean? And I like
Hmm.
that, man. And but no, I'm about to get back to work, man. I just wanted to tap in, man. Y'all need to get y'all jobs, man. If you ain't got your money right, get a job, man. Get 2 of them, man. Get 2 full-time jobs. You'll have your truck in no time. You
They don't want
bums.
to work.
Uh,
They don't, they don't
hey,
want
Mark,
to
look,
work.
I'm right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, get to it. Get to it,
For
man.
sure. Hey, I
Appreciate you.
appreciate you taking my call, man, brother. I'm out. Respect.
Appreciate you. Later.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, you in the dark, big dog. You got to cut the light on. You gotta cut the light on, sir. Sir. Excuse me, sir. Sir. You gotta cut the light on, sir. Hey, oh, he hung up. Hey man, why y'all want to call me in the dark, man? Y'all gotta cut the light on, man. I can't talk to people in the dark. I can't talk to people in the dark, man. I'm sorry. That was Paul. His name was Paul. Hey, Paul, you gotta call back with the light on, big dog. I can't do it. Gotta cut that light on. All right, let me go on here back through here real quick. You did. Is Buddy still up in here trolling? Yeah, he's still in here trolling. He said, the hard ER, brother, you are dark. Very dark. I'm very, very dark. Darker probably if you saw me in real life, I'm probably darker than what you see now. Hmm. Hmm. Uh. 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 Do 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 do. All right, link pin to the top of the chat. Call in show. What we got? We got about another hour to go. I thought I saw Kenneth in here. What was Kenneth in here talking about? I thought I saw him scroll past. You know. Link pin to the top of the chat. Mark, I have been a loyal sub of yours for almost 13 months. Man, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing. What's going on, big dog?
What's good, big dog?
Chilling. What's the demonstration?
Hold on, I'm connecting my AirPods. Make sure you can hear me.
Yeah, you can't. You sound kind
You
of
hear me?
muffled. It's like you. Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, I had to get my AirPods in. Hey, bro, so I need the answers to this. What's up with the direct shippers?
Where you calling in from, big dog?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. All right. What was your question
hmm
again?
How I get, how do I get that freight from the direct shippers? I know it's like you can go shake hands and everything, maybe call and stuff, but how do I secure that?
How
That's
how
what
old are you? How old are you?
26.
What you got? A box truck?
Yeah, I was running with Enterprise.
You renting?
Yeah, I was, but I gave him back the truck because I was going off the load board, and there's not enough money coming out on that load board at the moment, at least.
Oh, word. So
So
what you got right
y-
now? Nothing.
yeah, nothing right now. I
Mm,
got my full-time job right now. I'm just aging my authority, so it's just right time to go, you know.
mm, mm.
But
Where you
it's
work
like
at?
I work over. It's a warehouse.
Mm.
It's in Pittsburgh. It's a company in Pittsburgh. I just don't want to put the name out there though.
So you want to get straight to the connect then. You want to get straight to the
Yeah,
connect.
yeah, I'm trying to cut the middleman out there. That you're already working at a loss when you are working out the low board and brokers.
How long you was in your rental truck for?
I just went on the road this month, so only for like a week.
Oh, week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But look, because I just don't. I'm not trying to just sit on the truck and be paying on it, and
I ain't even putting no work into it. I'm not even, you know what I mean? Not moving it. I can't get no loads. It's like you can get the loads, but I want the connect, man. I'm trying to go to the source.
You think you can handle it?
What you mean?
You think you can handle the connect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Tell me why you can handle the connect, big dog.
I mean, if the connect got the work and you got the truck, what's hard about that?
You think you can handle it? Why? If I was to connect, why would I want to go with you? You on the new. You only ran one week.
But you wouldn't know that
Why?
though.
Why would I trust you? I would know that. I would
As a
know
shipper, you
everything.
how would you know that?
I'm going to know everything.
Not as a shipper. You don't know. You don't know that.
So you think I'm gonna give you my work? If I'm the plug, you think I'm gonna give you my work and I don't know everything about you?
Depends what you need to know. I mean, we're reliable. Could be there on
Man,
time.
I'm the weight man. I'm the weight man.
Mm-hmm. That shouldn't be too much to handle.
Why would I give you my work?
Why wouldn't you?
You tell me.
Ain't no reason not to.
Why would I trust you with my work?
I can get it to where it's going. A cheaper price, possibly.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. How would you know
How would I know what?
that you could get it to where it needs to go for a cheaper price?
That's the service we provide.
You said you rented a box truck for a week?
Yeah, so I rented it for a week. So I got my authority back in August of last year. So I've been aging my authority pretty much. Aging, aging my authority. I didn't have the funds right then and there, probably in like September-ish, October-ish. But I know there was definitely a lot of freight coming out on that load board. But I didn't have the funds to just be like, all right, I'm gonna go. I didn't, because I ain't been on the road all like that, so I
Wait,
didn't want to just take
slow
that.
down, slow. You said you didn't have the what?
I didn't have like the experience to know what I'm going to face
And
when
what
I'm
was
out
that
on that
other word
road.
you said? That F word. What was that F word you said? It was an F word. I thought I missed
What
it.
did I say?
Something with an F. You didn't have the what?
The funds, the funds.
Oh,
But that was
all right,
then. That was
all
then.
right, all right. Okay, all right. Keep
But
going.
how
I'm
do
listening. Keep going.
how
I'm
I get to
listening.
them? How I get to the plug, man? Because
Call
I
them.
run. I
Call
don't,
them. Cold call them. Go knock on some doors. Go shake some hands. You know how you start getting a lot of plugs like that from being out in the field?
yeah.
Just being in the field. But see, you don't want to be in the field. See, you want to jump over shit. That's what y'all like to do. That's why I don't like coming on here like that no more.
Why? What you
Cause
mean jump
y'all
over
just,
shit?
cause y'all young cats. Y'all think I'm a hater and like I'll be hating
Nah,
on
talk to me, man.
y'all. Y'all,
I ain't.
you know
Nah,
what I'm saying? Y'all can't take jokes. Y'all like real sensitive and emotional. And you dig what I'm saying?
nah.
And
This.
then when I tell y'all gotta work because the way you could get them is from being out in the field, doing the work, doing the leg work, crawling, then walking and then running. Y'all just want to come in on the new, just skip over all this, do like one of them Mario. Remember you don't remember Super Mario Brothers, but remember when you get the power, then you could just jump and do this long jump over this big canyon. You want to jump over the big canyon on level 7.
No, no.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
Ain't
you
no.
do. Yeah,
No,
you
no. Check it
do.
out. Check it out.
You want to
Ain't
get
nothing.
to you want to get to Pablo. You
Everybody
want to
do.
get to Pablo.
Everybody do though.
You want to get to El Mayo. Nah, you think
Yeah.
we finna let you get to El Mayo right away? No, you ain't getting to the man. You gotta go through some people to get to the man, big dog. But now on the real though, an easy way to get connects is just from moving and shaking, being in the field.
Now, how do you get? Say if they got
I
somebody
I,
like.
I just listen. I'm not gonna give you no sugar coat way. I'm an OG big dog. You can
Yeah.
cold call, you can go knock on some doors, but they gonna ask you what I just asked you at the beginning, and they gonna do the research, and they not gonna you on the new. Why would I trust somebody that's on the new? You don't know. You probably wouldn't even know what to do if you got a flat tire with my shit. Why would I trust somebody with my
Carl
load?
Carl Carl
Nah,
shot.
yeah, it sound good, big dog. But you
Yeah.
got to understand, you got to look at it from the other side of the coin. Somebody's going to trust you with thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I entrust someone that ain't never even got in the field with this shit?
Now, if I go to
I
the
don't know.
shipper,
You might not know how to strap a load down. You dig what I'm saying?
I know how to do that with the E-tracks and everything. I know how to do all
Man,
that.
we don't. Man, I've seen. Man, I can show you pictures that people send me on their first load.
Mm-hmm.
You on the new. So here's what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. You can do some cold call. You can go knock on some doors. But I think the easiest way that most people get connects, the way I've always gotten connects in my lane, was from having my trucks out in the field. Being out in the field, rubbing shoulders. You ain't in the field. Nobody knows you. Now you can go jump and go knock on some doors and cold call, do what you want to do, but I think the easiest way is to be in the field, get active.
That's
See,
it.
that sound like a lot of hard work. See how you looking at me? See,
No,
this is
that
why,
no,
because y'all don't want to work.
no.
Well, why you don't
I
want to
want
get
to
in the
work.
field and get active? Get your feet wet. This is what we
A
tell
lot.
OG tell you, get your feet wet.
You gotta put in a lot of leg work.
All
Ain't
right, well
nobody had it easy.
get your feet wet then. Get in the field and get active. Get your feet wet.
Did you ever have like direct shippers?
I've had direct customers in Final Mile. I had a company here that we was dealing direct with, a powder coating company. Wasn't no middleman. I was sending trucks to pick the shit up, do the drop off, and do the reverse logistics.
And then how does that like
I cross
you
dock. I cross dock.
yeah,
I was the shit was getting middleman to me.
yeah.
I was the wholesaler.
Gotta go. You said I was the wholesaler.
But
I
I
feel it.
didn't get that. That shit didn't come out the gate. That shit came year 6.
Year 6, yeah.
Year 6 going
Damn.
into year 7. So that opportunity came from being in the field active.
All right. And what about all right, so look, what is it like a year authority you can get them government contracts?
Oh Lord, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all man. I feel bad for y'all, big dog. Yeah, I feel bad for y'all.
What you feeling bad for?
Y'all
What you
just,
feeling bad for?
man, why you just won't get active? You got out here 1 week and you say, oh
But look,
no, man, I can't do it. It's
look, all
low
right.
boards and no.
Them low boards ain't cutting it. That's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. It's not
How
gonna
you
cut
know?
it. Dude,
How many lows did you run?
2.
So how you know, bro? You don't know. You only ran 2
Man, but
loads,
look, I be watching the low board. I be watching it though every day. I be watching it.
bro.
It fluctuate. It fluctuate.
Duh, that's what it's supposed to do. It's a low board. It's gonna fluctuate. You have people competing for loads. That's what it's
Hmm.
supposed to do.
I ain't
What
trying
you
to
talking
compete.
about, bro? You ain't trying to compete. Who you think you is? JB Hunt? What you mean you ain't trying to compete? You don't even have a
I
truck, family. You are renting a
look,
truck. You don't
but
even
funds
have a
is
rental
there
truck.
though.
What you mean you
But
ain't
look,
compete? What type of
but
funds you got? What type of funds you got?
the funds
They
is
there?
ready though.
What kind of funds you got? Talking about you ain't competing. You don't want to compete.
I don't know because I ain't trying to compete with somebody who gonna take off my plate. You feel me?
Man,
And
it's a
when you on
bunch
the
of
low
people in
board,
here. It's 125 people in here that'll take your food because you on the new and you naive.
God,
Just the shit you saying, talking about I don't want to compete. Nigga, JB Hunt still competing.
of course, but I want
So
to limit that.
who you want to what?
I want to like limit that.
Bro, I can't believe what you saying to me right now. This is unbelievable. You don't own a truck talking about you don't want to compete.
Yeah,
You
I ain't trying to
bullshitting me
compete.
right now. You bullshitting me.
I want
You
this.
bullshitting
Hell
me
no,
right now,
no,
right?
no, 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 no. I'm trying to go to the source. I'm trying to go to the
Okay.
source.
What source you trying to get to? Tell me the source. Who's the source?
No
I
middleman,
want to
no
know.
brokers.
All right, so
Whatever.
tell me. So tell me. Talk to me, big dog. You got it figured out. So let me know.
Government is a source, ain't it?
All right. So
Ain't that one
explain to me
source?
this government. Explain how you gonna make this happen. Talk to me, big dog.
That's why I'm here with you. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make it happen.
Okay. So you ain't got no trucks,
I can get one.
right? You can get one. Now, do you want
Yeah,
to be a prime? Do you want to be a prime or do you want a subcontract? Talk to me, big dog.
prime or
Why
subcontract.
why
What's
you
up with
looking
the
up in the
sub?
sky? Why you looking in the sky when I ask you the question?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
All
I'm
right, I'm
thinking.
gonna
That's
let you think. Go ahead. You want to be the prime or what you want to do? Or you want a
explain the
subcontract?
difference. Explain the difference.
You don't know?
Prime is like expedite. That's why I'm here with you, man. Get my mind right, man. That's why I'm here with you.
So, but see, you said you want to do government contracting, so I'm trying to see how much research you done did.
I ain't really done too much. I looked into the MBE. Is that what
Okay.
it is? Yeah, I've looked into that
Mhm.
with my county in Pennsylvania. So I've been looking into that. I got an account set up with the county and stuff like that, but I haven't got any farther than that.
You got a what set up with the county?
It's like you got to set up an account when you're trying to. I haven't looked in. It's been a few weeks,
All right,
but
all right. So
you,
let's kick it. Let's kick it real quick. You want to do the government thing because you think that's where the money is at, and you don't want to do the little shit. You want to get to the
but
big
it's
dog status. You want to
but
be
look,
big dog.
the money's not just with the in government contracts. But I know that's one of the source. That's a source you can go
Okay,
to
so
without
you so
having to.
I already told me government contract. You want to get straight to the source.
Yeah,
So you want government contract direct shippers. What else? Because you
yeah.
don't want to do no leg work. Leg work ain't
Oh
for you,
no, no,
big
no, no,
dog.
no, 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 no. If I gotta do leg work, I'm gonna do the leg work.
So why
But I
you
just
didn't
need to know.
run loads off the load board to get your feet wet, get some understanding, so that when you do go to a direct shipper, you know how to present yourself. You know
Well,
what the
because that
market
week that
entails. You know how to bid.
because the whole time I was watching the load board, it was okay until like that week and the week before, it was just looking scary. I was
It was
talking
looking
to
scary.
dispatchers. Yeah, I was talking to some dispatchers. They was like, it's slow, the
What's
tariffs.
scary? What
Motherfucker,
was scary about it, big dog?
was looking like there was no freight. There was no freight.
So,
And the freight that was coming out, I'm calling the broker. They telling me this, or the
uh,
load already got snatched up because there ain't there. You know
uh,
what I mean? There's all these
all
people.
right. So check it out. So check this out. Now we cooking. So it ain't no freight. The brokers are telling you it ain't that much freight, right? Now you on the new.
Hmm.
You on the new now. Let's cook. Let's cook. So that means it's other people on the new. It's people that's veterans out here, right?
Hmm.
That got trucks.
Hmm.
That got a bag.
Hmm.
What makes you think in a time where it ain't much freight that you can compete with them for direct contracts? And if I'm a shipper and I'm weighing you versus someone that got a fleet, they got good credit line, they got a bag of money,
Hmm. Hmm.
they vets, and it's already a low demand out here,
Hmm.
which means you will be competing harder for that. Why would the plug deal with you? You're a high risk.
Definitely a high risk.
You don't even have a resume. Brokers don't even want to deal with you because you on the new.
No, got there.
Hold
Well, I
on, hold
mean,
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Brokers
some
don't like dealing with new people. So why do you think I would trust you with my shit?
uh, you could trust me with your shit because you just give me the opportunity to prove myself.
Man, bro, we don't do that no more. We don't get opportunities no more.
Why? Why,
That
why
shit been
not?
man, cause that's not how shit work no more.
I can't get an opportunity.
Nah, bro, you gotta prove
That's crazy.
yourself. You gotta
All right,
prove
for sure,
yourself.
for sure.
So
But it can't be that hard. I ran a few loads and I did some Amazon relay. It can't be that hard.
You said the load board is hard. You gave up after 2 days. You said the load board was scary.
It was
Scary.
scary. Yeah.
Scary. How the song go? Spooky, crazy, something hilarious, spooky. How that shit go? How that shit go? Say that shit for me. Spooky,
I don't know.
crazy,
What song is
something
that?
hilarious. I
What
don't know.
jam?
I just heard that shit the other day. Spooky, crazy, something hilarious, spooky.
It was
Yeah, that shit was.
you can't feed off that low board. You can't. I mean, but you can, but you can't. It's like you can in like the peak season. I was watching that shit in peak season. That shit was jumping. I was doing a little
Man, it's
something.
people in here.
Amazon.
It's people in here that eat off the load board every day. So you saying
I
they
mean,
better than you?
yeah.
Hold on. So you saying they better than you? So you telling me it's people in here that's better than you? So if it's
No,
people
I
in
didn't say
here,
that.
hold
I didn't say
on.
that.
If you telling me that it's scary, and I see people in here that I know that are eating off the load board every day, and they're able to do it fine, and it's scary to you. Why should I?
I mean,
Why should
how
I
far?
trust?
It depends how far. So look, I'm not trying to go. I'm not trying to drive all the way down to Georgia all the time and Florida and you know what I
Well,
mean?
where you trying?
I'm not.
Where you trying to go? So okay, so we
I
don't.
want.
Okay, so now it's going. So you don't want to take the baby steps. You want to get straight to the source, and now you don't want to be driving. Tell me where you don't want to be driving to. I like
I'm
this
trying to build.
conversation.
I'm trying to build a network of regional, local. I don't want to do. I
Mm.
mean, I'm not saying it can't be done. The long hauls
Mm.
and everything. Yeah, the money's there.
How do
You on
you
the
how do
low
you
board,
think you build? How do you think you build a business?
leg work,
All right.
handshakes,
How do you build a house? What's the first thing you start
foundation,
when you build a?
foundation.
Oh, whoa.
What you
Whoa.
mean? What you mean? Whoa.
All right, so why don't you start building the foundation for your business and stop trying to cut corners? Cause see, here's the thing: you cut corners, there's gonna be a big dog waiting for you, big dog. I'm calling you big dog, but I'm just, in the grand scheme of things, you ain't really a big dog. I'm just calling you big
Yeah.
dog. You dig what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, on the grand scheme of things, it's a big dogs competing. Don't you think you should learn the business?
Definitely. I mean,
Now,
I
now,
did
now,
learn.
now,
I
now, now,
learned the
now
business
no,
a
no,
little
you
bit.
did. You lasted 2 days, bro, and you gave the truck back. That's not learning the business. What are you talking about,
That's making sure I don't just
bro?
sit on the
No,
truck for no
listen,
reason.
bro.
I just,
2 days is not enough. How many times you fall and bust your head? How many times you cracked your head open? You ain't learned nothing in no 2 days. Now it's gonna be some people out here that's gonna tell me I'm crushing your dreams. All
hell
right,
no.
so be it. Fuck it. You dig what I'm saying?
Nah,
But at the end of the
nah.
day, only a fool would tell you that you don't need to get your feet wet. You need to build a foundation. You need to get out here and learn. All right?
So what is me running the loads
Oh my
doing, like
God.
doing that?
Jesus Christ, man.
What's the
Y'all,
difference? I'm
bro,
confused. What's the difference?
what year was you born? 99?
99.
2000?
Yeah, 99.
Lord have mercy.
What's the
Lord have
difference
mercy.
if all right, so how am I trying to put this? You're telling me get my feet wet, run some loads. I get that. I understand that. But what's the difference? Even if I'm going to a shipper trying to build that business relationship,
Go to the
what
shipper.
is the
Go, go, go,
how's he
go to the shipper.
and do what?
And tell him you got a truck. Tell him, hey, shipper, I'm gonna go rent a truck. I want to run your load. Just let me run it. I'm gonna go rent this truck, and you can trust me with it, Mr.
I'm not
Shipper,
gonna tell
sir.
him that. I
What
ain't
you
gonna
gonna
say
tell him?
that.
What you gonna tell him?
Well, I'll say the first part of what you said, of course, but I ain't gonna
What you
tell
gonna
him
tell
I
him?
got this truck I'm renting. And I ain't gonna do all that.
They're gonna see it when you pull up.
Exactly. So I ain't gotta tell him all that.
All right. So tell me how you gonna sell yourself.
Nah, 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 nah. I haven't put that together before. I wanted to talk to you first before I try to put all that together.
I mean,
You
I'm telling
basically,
you, if you want to do OTR, I think you need to get active, get your feet wet, get in the field.
I don't want to do OTR. I'm trying to build
Well,
a regional, local
what do you
network.
want to do?
I want to make a regional local network with businesses, other businesses. I'm trying to become like my city's like delivery service or something like
Okay.
that. You know what I mean?
Your city's
I'm
delivery service.
like one of a carrier for my city, just based in my city. That's based out of my city.
Okay. So how do you think you learn that? How do you think you acquire the skills to even get to that level?
Well, I
You
definitely
got
would
to
think
let
I
me
would.
ask you this. Let's cut to the chase. You got a few $1 million?
No,
Okay,
no.
because if you had a couple $1 million and you could pay someone who could do the legwork for you, but since you don't have a couple $1 million, then you're gonna need to get out here and get in the field and get your feet wet and learn the business. Because what you're trying to do is something that a lot of people can't and don't get to do. They don't make it to that point. But the
To
people
get
who
direct
do,
shippers.
we're not talking about this. You talking about you want to be a
Oh,
a
okay.
vendor. You want to be a vendor for your city.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for what I don't know, but you know, based on the conversation, like, and I'm not really gonna like go to because here's the thing: I'm not gonna waste my time talking to you about government contracts and shit like that when you don't even know basic shit about the industry.
Like what?
Basic shit.
You got to let me know what
It's
basics
a
is.
lot. It's a lot of basic shit.
I
You ain't. Here's the
mean,
thing: you haven't done it. You went out. You got discouraged after 2 days.
mm-hmm.
Why would I? Here's the thing: my time is valuable to me. Why would I want to spend my time giving you very advanced information when you got discouraged in 2 days? Think about it. Put yourself in my shoes. You got discouraged and you said the low board was scary. So you took the truck back and went home.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? So you quit. So
I didn't
you
quit. I'm
hold on,
not.
hold
No,
on,
no,
hold
no,
on,
no,
hold on,
no,
hold on,
no.
hold on. Yeah, you did.
I'm
Yeah, you
not
did. Yeah,
quitting
you did. Hold on,
because
check it out.
look, this.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, big dog.
I'm
Go
not.
ahead.
I'm not quitting. I only did that just so I could wait to when I know. All right, I either build a relationship with direct shippers or I know the market for freight for at least for box trucks is at least over $1 for the week or something coming out for the week or something.
Why didn't you keep running when you was going to different places, start rubbing shoulders and asking questions and inquiring and stuff like that? I think the best, if I'm gonna, here's the thing. I would rather be on a low getting paid to go a place
Mm-hmm.
and knock on the door than just go knock on the door for free. If you
Exactly.
pulling
I
up to a
agree. I
place,
agree.
you know what I'm saying, and you got to go there anyway because you got a load picking up or dropping off there that you getting paid for. I already got to go there and I'm getting paid and I can knock on the door. You want to go knock on the door for free, so go at it. So me listening to you say this, me being a businessman, a smart, intelligent businessman, I'm listening to you and you asking me, you want all these advanced answers for these advanced questions that's way above your knowledge and your skill set. I'm not finna waste my time explaining this shit to you when you're willing to go knock on the doors for free when you can go knock on them while you're getting paid and learning at the same time.
Now, how you gonna go if you can't get a load that day?
Oh my God.
What you gonna do then?
What do you mean you can't get a load that day?
Let's just say you don't got no direct networks, you don't got no direct source or you don't know exact. So
Bro,
you feeding out, you waiting on the load board.
you're building up your rapport with the brokers by canvassing and booking loads on the load board. You on the new big dog. Nobody knows you. You got discouraged after 2 days.
There was no freight.
Bro, it's freight out there. You got to compete for it.
E-
Hey, hold on, hold on.
Exactly.
It's not a high volume of freight, which means you're gonna have to compete harder. So basically, the wolves is the fangs. See, I talk about it all the time. You probably just new to the channel. The fangs is out. All right. So guess what? It's food off plate time. You might thought you was finna put that porridge in your mouth. a cat like me gonna come take the spoon out your hand right when you got right there. Let me get that, big dog. I'm gonna eat your food.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
I'm gonna eat your food. Yes,
no,
sir. No, I'm telling
no,
you, that's
nah,
no. Listen to
nah.
me. Listen to me. That's what it is right now. And you said these are your words. Go back and look at the lie. You said you were looking on a low board and it was scary. You were scared. You said, man, the
No, I
brokers.
wasn't scared.
No,
I wasn't scared,
this
but
is
it
what
was
you
looking
said.
scary.
You said that.
Yeah.
You associate you and scary. So you were scared. You associated yourself with the word scary. You dig what I'm saying? You can go
Yeah.
back in the live. It'll be up out there. So,
Mhm.
and you said, man, it ain't a lot of freight, and the brokers are saying, oh man, it's not much out here, right? So that means people are competing harder, right?
Mhm.
And you gave up.
What do you mean gave up? I'm not done.
You took the truck back and you said, man, the hell with it. This is scary.
I'm not. No, I gave them the truck back too. I feel like it's a better time to just hop back
Ain't
in
ain't
it.
ain't gonna be no better time.
Yes, there is. What you
No, it ain't.
mean?
This is what it
What?
is, Charlie. This is what
Nah,
it is. Bro,
I
all right, well
seen the low
keep
board.
waiting. Keep waiting. No, I seen it too. Keep waiting, big dog.
I'm not gonna keep waiting.
No, because the better time, you 26 years old.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be no better time.
Mhm.
It's now or never.
Mhm.
You talking about what's this better time look like? What it look like, big dog? Tell me what the better time look like.
Higher volume of freight.
Okay, when is that gonna be?
I anticipate. I mean,
Cause
it could
check
be
it
any
out.
week.
Cause
It
check
could
it
be
out.
any week.
If things go the way I want them to go, the shit gonna get worse. I want the shit to get worse.
Wow.
See, that's how I know you poor, and not
Whoa.
financially poor, mentally poor.
Well, why you want it to be worse?
Figure it out. I want you to go do your homework and figure out why I hope it continues to get worse. See, this is how I know you're not ready. Because now we talking business. This big dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
You a pup. You allowed 2 days to scare you. And then you sitting up here talking to me and you think it's bad now. And I'm saying, shit, I hope it get worse.
And why? Why?
Because it's going to present opportunity.
Oh, because people will hop out the industry. People might
No,
hop out the industry.
has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with that. I mean, that's going to happen, but that's not that people hopping out. I'm not looking to buy trucks. I got trucks that's sitting.
You say you're gonna sell the truck.
I sold all my trucks. I kept a few novelties.
Hmm.
I kept some novelties.
So you basically telling me because I don't got my feet wet. It's like it's not saying that I can't get them, but it's like probably
I'm
like
telling you don't know business. And it's clear you don't know business. And the little piece of business you saw, you got scared. That's just like you seeing a little piece of ass for the first time and you ran. You dig what I'm saying? You ain't get your feet. You ain't get your feet wet. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, big
like
dog. You ain't popped the
it's like I
cherry.
could have, but look, it's not like all right. I could have just sat with the truck and stuff. I still can't, but it's just like I'm not trying. I'm trying. I want the source, bro. I want the source. I'm trying
You
to eat.
man. Who is you, big dog? Who you think you is? You think you
Alright.
Big Meech? You ain't Big Meech. Talk about the source. Who you think you is? We don't know you. What's your name? Hold on, let me see
Yeah,
what your name is. Oh, okay. I didn't even know your name. We don't know you.
that's okay. I mean, make that money in silence. You heard?
You looked at the low board earlier this month and it scared you.
There ain't no freight, man. What you want me to do?
What you mean it is freight?
There is freight, bro, but it's like the low boy. It's not just that
Bro,
easy.
listen to me. Check
It's
it out.
not
If
just
you
that.
waiting for some pandemic shit, you're gonna be waiting for the rest of your life. I'm 45
Nah.
years old. Check this out, big dog. I'm old enough to be your daddy. Shit ain't going. I ain't never seen shit go back. Shit has only gotten worse. It gets worse. Cost of living has gone up. everything goes up, bro. What you're seeing now is normal. It's normal. This is normal. This is normal, bro. This is normal. What you're seeing is normal. Stop letting these people that you see on the internet or wherever you see or whatever tell you it's going to go back. They've been saying this shit since 2020, second half of 2022.
Yeah, you're right.
What here's the thing. Shit is going to get moved at the current rates. Why? Because there's people that are going to move it. Your cost is high, but the next person's cost isn't high. The person who's been doing this for 20, 25 years with a fleet of trucks that they own all their trucks, their cost isn't what your cost is going to be. What you're scared of, they'll take willingly, profitably. I'm telling you, I hope it gets worse. You like, Mark, why you hope that? It's already bad. Why? Because I need that. I need all of that. That's going to present a great opportunity. I need people to continue to do this dumb shit they're doing so they can lose it. Let this shit crash, because I think it, outside of the fact of the opportunity, I think the best way to reset is for it to correct itself, so that way we can go up. If they continue to prop up the market, it's just going to keep this shit suppressed longer. No, fuck this shit. Let this shit fall. The people that are smart, that have cash on hand, boom, this presents us with an opportunity. So now we can reinfuse the economy with money, because now we're going to start buying up all these assets at a fraction of a dollar. We'll infuse the economy and the shit will start to come back up. If you and a few other people have to fail because of it, it's casualty, you'll be all right.
I'm not failing. I'm not with that, man.
No,
I'm not.
I'm just saying for an example. I'm just giving you business. I'm trying to understand you business. You dig what I'm saying? The way you're going to learn is from getting in the field and getting your feet wet and getting an understanding, bro. You dig?
Yeah.
So, like, all this high fly shit that you talking about, man, that shit don't mean nothing, bro. You need to get your feet wet. Get active. Get in the field. Learn you something. Like, you got scared because of the load board 1 week? Nah,
I don't want to rely on the load board though, bro.
That mean you ain't ready, big dog. That mean your heart got a little, it started beating real fast. Your heart started beating. Be honest, did your heart start beating real fast?
Nah, my heart ain't start beating real fast. It was just that, like,
what happened?
I ain't trying to sit with a truck I ain't making no money with. You feel me? But it's like, and that's why I was like, I'm not trying. This low board is scary, bro. I'm not trying to be relying on that shit,
Hey,
bro.
bro, hey, check it out. See, don't take that word out your vocabulary. The low board is what it is, big dog. This is what I'm telling you, ain't ready. It's what it is. Listen, if this the industry that you want to come in, scary and all that shit don't mean shit. The low board is what it is. If you want to go OTR, it is what it is. You got to find a way to survive and profit.
I don't want
all right, well then, fuck it. Go do something else. Go learn how to code or some shit, bro. Like all this soft ass shit, bro. I don't know what to tell you. The low board is what it is. You see what I'm saying? It's what it is, bro. It's gonna be here today. It's gonna be there tomorrow. It's gonna fluctuate based off supply and demand and competition. It's economics. The lower the lower the demand, the supply is still here. That's more people competing for that low demand of freight. It's going to suppress rates. It's what it is, big dog.
But that's
all
what
right.
I'm
So
saying.
hold on. So you have to understand this is what you coming into. It's not no scary this, that, and third. If it's scary, bro, go be a content creator or something. Go learn how to do cybersecurity.
No.
All right then. So if this is what you want to do, then one, you have to accept what the industry entails.
Yeah.
And conquer it. Period. That's it.
So are you telling me the direct shipper don't even work? You're damn near
No,
telling me those.
no, you can go do whatever. I just told you, go cold call, go knock on doors.
Yeah. All
So
right.
I
No,
mean,
I'll put in the
go,
lead work, man. But I want. I'm not
you,
saying anything wrong with the low, bro. I watched
what
it.
leg work
That's
you
it.
put in? What leg work you put in, big dog? You worked two
No, I ain't
days.
put it. I didn't put it.
Come on.
I say I got no problem with putting in lead work. It's just, bro. I don't want to. All
Hey,
I'm
see
saying is
y'all.
basically, I just don't want to get my work.
Go ahead. I'm
All I'm
listening.
saying is, I don't want to get my. I don't want to depend on the low boys. Basically, that's what I'm saying. I just don't want to
All
depend on
right.
that.
Don't depend on it.
And it's like if you get direct shippers, you build those relationships, you can get those direct lanes, especially so on with the government contracts. If you know they're dedicated, or you know they're like, you know what you're doing for the month, or you know what I mean, you got your set work ready, you know. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Somebody said ain't nobody trying to fail to learn. Who say anything about failing? You can't fail unless you start. He ain't even started yet.
I ain't
If he
scared to
ain't ready,
fail. I just want to make sure. I'm
if
trying to
he's
make
not
sure.
ready, hold on. If he's not ready to start, then he shouldn't start. It sounds like you're not ready to start.
I'm ready to start. Like I could be on the road. If I wanted to start on Monday, I could start on Monday. You know what I mean? And that's not the problem. I just want to. It's just that week. And last week too, like it just didn't look good around my area, especially like the radius I'm trying to go. I'm not trying to go OTR. Don't get me wrong, you definitely can get shit. You trying to go to Minnesota, fucking California, Nevada, Texas, all that. I'm not trying to do that. That's not the goal.
You shouldn't be in California. No way. What you going
Yeah,
all the way
you
to
feel me?
California for?
That's not the business plan I got laid out, or how I wanted the
What's your
trucking
business
company
plan?
to
What
run.
type of business plan you got, big dog? I like talking to y'all little young cats, man. Y'all funny to me.
So what do you mean by business plan? Like,
What's in your business plan?
my plan is to just build a solid network.
No. What's in your business plan, big dog? You said you got a business plan, so what's in it? What's your mission statement?
Mission statement. I don't got no mission statement.
I thought you had a business plan.
I don't got no professional business plan laid out.
So you don't
Let's
have
put
a
it like
business
that.
plan. So you don't have a business plan.
I have goals.
No. You just told me you had a business plan. And I said, all right, what's your mission statement?
No, I don't got no like mission
So you don't have
statement.
a
I don't got all that.
so you don't have a business plan.
If you want to put it like that.
No. It's either you have one or you don't.
If you want to put it like that. But
No,
I like
no.
there's a
You
direction
said
I'm
you
trying
got
to
to be.
go.
No. We not finna dance. We not finna dance. We not finna dance. You said you got a business plan. I said, cool. I want to hear it. What's your
Yeah,
mission statement?
I don't
So
got
do
no
you have a
mission
business
statement.
plan or you don't? So you don't got a business plan.
If you want to put it like that, yeah.
All right, bro. What else? What else you want to talk about, big dog?
That's pretty much it, bro. I'm trying to score. I'm trying to go to the source, bro. I'm trying to go to the
Go.
source, bro. And
Go to the
I'm gonna
source.
find it. I'm gonna
I
find it
just
for
told you,
sure.
go cold call. I wouldn't be going to him for free though. I would be getting paid while I'm knocking on the door.
Why I feel why you running the load? Yeah, I feel you.
I think you need to do it
That that way
anyway.
that way that way when you go to the shipper, when you go to pick up your load, you give them your business card. Same if you want to go to
All
the
of that,
receiver.
all that, big
That's what
dog.
I'm saying. I thought about that, but I really wanted your input and your insights because I know you got your 10, 15 years experience in this,
Hmm.
maybe even more. But I'm just, and I know my authorities running on coming up on 8 months. And I was told by this one broker he couldn't work with me when I was because he said my authority wasn't a year old, but he said when I got a year old, I could get postal contracts with the postal office.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Hey
And
man,
it was dedicated Monday through Sunday.
I wish you the best, bro, with all of that. I hope you get the government contracts and the direct shippers and all that, bro. I think you should learn the business. I think you should get your feet wet.
Hmm.
I think you should get in the field out here and get
But it's not
active.
impossible though, right? It ain't like it's not possible.
Ain't nothing impossible, bro, but it's not likely either. Here's the thing. If I really tell you what I really want to tell you, it's gonna be some moist people and their heart gonna start getting moist and soft and all that shit. So I just
That's them, bro.
Y'all
I'm not
nah,
like
man.
that, bro.
It's probably you too. You said you scared. You was scared when you looked at the load board and you
Bro,
took the
I didn't
truck
say
back.
I was
So
scared.
so
When
so
I said
so
that,
so
when I
hold
said
on,
that,
cause
look,
I ain't like the rest of these cats. I don't care
yeah,
if you like me, you don't like me, you unsubscribe. The rest of these people, they gonna tell you what you want to hear because they want you to like. I don't give a fuck.
mm-hmm,
You dig what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep it. Listen. It is what it is. It's wolves out here, big dog. This shit is
mm-hmm,
cutthroat. All right. Based off the verbiage that you used, when you looked at the load board and you ran for 2 days, you got scared and you took the truck back. You see what I'm saying? So either one, you wasn't ready, you jumped in too soon with not enough research, or two, this just ain't for you. Because it is what
More
it
go ahead.
is.
It
And no,
ain't
no,
that it
go
ain't for
ahead.
me, man.
All right.
I'm trying to get to the mashed potatoes and
All
gravy,
right.
man.
What then?
I'm not. I
What then? Get active, big dog. Get active.
no, for sure, for sure.
Get active. What you scared of, bro? Get out here. Understand what it's costing you to operate. Look for
Mm-hmm,
loads that's going to be profitable because you understand what it's costing you to run, and get your feet wet. Get out here and get active and get to it.
for sure. And do
I
you,
don't
bro? One more
understand what.
thing. You ever work with postal office? You
Mm-mm,
ever get those U.S. mail those
mm-mm,
contracts?
mm-mm, mm-mm.
For real? Why not?
Wasn't nothing that came across my desk, or it wasn't nothing I sought out to get.
You thought about it though before?
Never crossed my mind. So the way, I don't know how long you've been following my channel, but the way I got into the trucking side, um, those opportunities were presented to me. My moving company, I was in moving.
I have a moving
So
company. That's another thing too. Like I got a moving company. We do junk removal.
you got a
Facts.
moving company
Yeah, yeah.
and you do junk removal. So we've been talking all this
Sometimes, yeah.
time. Now you got a moving company that do junk removal.
Yeah, I do that
And
service. I do moving service, residential moving service, and junk removal service. But I'm not
wait, hold
worried too
on.
much
So
about
so
that.
so do you have a truck or you don't got a truck? What are you
No,
talking
I
about?
have a truck. The
Now you
reason
got a
I'm
truck.
using,
Wait, hold on. I'm
yeah,
confused,
I have.
bro. Oh
Cause
Lord,
look,
have
look,
mercy.
look, look, look. Cause bro, it's coming off wrong because only thing I was talking about was direct shippers. I have a 22-foot box truck. It don't got a lift gate on it enough. The reason I was using Enterprise though is because it's 26 foot and got a lift gate. That's why I was renting with Enterprise when I was doing like those loads when I was running loads. But
So
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about moving. I
so
get
no, let's talk. Let's talk. Cause now let's talk. So you own a 22-foot box truck
hmm
with a lift gate, but you say you work a job, right?
no, it don't got a lift gate.
It don't got a lift gate. But
Yeah,
you own this truck. Now
yeah,
the truck that you was renting was what you was doing OTR with.
yeah,
You say you work a job though, right? In a
yeah,
warehouse.
yeah.
So
Now
this
I
is
do.
something that this is something you doing on the side. You're not licensed or nothing, right?
Yeah, I'm not fully licensed in my state now. For the moving side. What's up?
So you doing junk removal and you moving people's shit in the same truck?
Yeah,
Oh, you nasty as hell, big dog.
but it's not. It's the junk removal. It's not like straight junk. It might be like somebody's throwing away.
It don't matter, bro. Somebody call you to do junk removal and then you turn around and move someone's household shit that they lay their head on, that they sit they behind on. Person calling you for junk removal, it could look clean to you, but it don't necessarily. People will call you and have bed bugs and say, "Hey, man, how much you come to pick up a mattress and a box spring, or how much you come to
But I
pick up
don't.
all this?"
I don't.
Hold on, you want you want my experience, or you just want to negate everything? I'm trying to give you some advice to possibly help. You want to hear it or
No,
you
go
don't
ahead.
want to
Go
hear
ahead.
it?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You can't mix the two, license or not. Now, You can do what you want to do, but your morals have to kick in. You can't put junk in the same truck that you're moving someone's household goods. It's unprofessional, it's unethical. It's bad business practice. Person can have bed bugs and they say, hey, I got a bedroom and a living room full of stuff that I need removed because their building won't allow them to put bulky furniture out or they're going to fine them. So they call you. Now you introduce that shit to your truck because you're not going to wrap it because you think it's junk. And then right after that, you got a household goods move.
No, I don't be operating like that.
You're not following me, bro.
I see what you're saying. You're saying separate people's belongings from junk because you don't know what's going on with the junk.
You shouldn't put, if you're doing household goods moves, you should not do junk removal on the same equipment, period.
Okay, I get that.
Do what you want to do, bro. I just heard you say it, so I just thought I'd give you some friendly advice, but it don't seem like you care. Like you don't.
No, I hear you. I hear you, but I don't really run. I just provide the service if it's needed. I don't really get a whole bunch of junk removal jobs, but regardless of the fact, I see what you're saying.
Nah. You said, man, I do junk removal and I do moving. Now you don't do a whole bunch of it. Nah, bro. Nah.
I don't do a whole bunch of junk removal. I really don't.
Bro. Nah, bro. Nah. I don't know. If you got a 22-foot box truck and you said you already starting to move, I mean, I don't know if you good or not. You should just do that.
I don't want to
go over the road. You don't want it.
Why?
You don't want
why
to do
shit
it.
gotta be done over the road? Look. This is what I'm saying. I be seeing these local companies in my city, man. They get the same. They got dedicated lanes, dedicated with the U.S. mail.
Wait, hold on. You say you got a 22-foot box truck that you own, right?
Yeah.
Why you just don't do moving? Why don't you go get licensed and start a moving company?
Because that's take a toll on your body after a while.
You're 26 years old.
I get that, but I still don't want to break my back.
Don't see. This is how I know you don't know shit about the industry. This is why you need to get in the field. Moving company gonna make way more than all that other bullshit. The reason I'm sitting here today is because of moving, not because of Final Mile. I'm sitting here today because of moving. The money that was made in moving, not Final Mile. This is how I know you don't know shit. And then you don't want to work. You 26-year-old talking about take a toll on your body. I got a fucked up shoulder. You don't want. You just said take a toll on your body.
Yeah, toll on your body. I didn't say I don't want to work.
All right, well, start a moving company. You got a 22-foot box truck. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Now we done solved your problem.
That's it. I cashed out on that one too, so that I don't even got no better. Truck claim. All I got is the insurance on that.
Go get your license. Go get you a few workers. Get on the truck every day and go get it. Now you ain't. Now we solved your over the road problem because you could just do local jobs. We solved your regional problem. We solved your money problem because you're gonna make way more money if you build your moving business up than going OTR or regional. So I just solved all your problems. You should have told me you had a 22-foot truck at the beginning of the conversation.
No. That didn't solve my problems. No.
You want to make money, right?
Yeah.
You want to make the most money you can make, all right? You don't want to go over the road, right? Start a moving company. What's wrong?
There's nothing wrong with that, but that's not what I'm trying to focus on. I'm trying to build a network in my city, or not even just in my city, possibly my state, with Ohio, West Virginia, with businesses.
So it's not about the money. You just want to build a network. I thought you wanted to make some money. Okay, so
you can make money doing that.
So do this. Build a network. Build a network. When you said you got a 22-footer, I'm like, oh shit, problem solved. You could do moving and make a shit ton more money. Money.
So you basically telling me, all right, what you trying to do, build your network, and what you say you're trying to do.
Man, I would give a fuck about a network. Let me go get me 2 Migos or 2 brothers Get on this truck and start doing these 1 bedrooms, these 2 bedrooms, $200 an hour, 2-hour minimum plus a $200 truck fee.
Yeah.
Like all this, I'm gonna build me a network of moving trucks. What you talking about? That's what I would do. Now, if you want to build you a network of regional whatever, go do that. Go do some cold calling and go knock on some doors. Like we said, I thought you was trying to get to this money.
I
What y'all?
am. What's wrong with doing what's wrong with doing that and a moving company
I think you should focus on one thing.
at a
I
time
think you
or
should
just in
build.
general?
I think you should build one thing and become successful at one thing, and then branch off and start doing other things. I don't think you. Here's what I think. I don't really think you really want to know what you want to do. You think you do, but based on the information that you're like when we talk and converse, like you're not well versed on what it is that you even want to do. If what you want to do is what you want to do, you should be devoted and obsessed with wanting to learn as much about it. Even when I asked you, I said you want to be the prime or the sub, and you couldn't even tell me what you wanted to be. And this is very entry level knowledge from a government contracting, you know, not from a knowledge base of doing government contracting. You don't even know the difference between a prime and a sub.
That's why I asked you.
So no. It ain't about, and see, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all come to people online and you think, let me just go ask him, and then now I got the information. And this is why majority of people fail. Because they go to a person, they ask them for the information, but it's never enough information. Me telling you, giving you those simplistic answers that you want, that's not going to be enough for you to succeed. It's all the little intricate shit in between is what you need, bro. See how I can articulate myself from a business perspective to you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That took time. It took years. It took me being in the field, being active experience. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? I'm not looking up at the sky and all this shit. I can flow with this shit. You see what I'm saying? It's all the little intricate, detailed shit in between is what you need. For a government contract, you can't be the prime. You can only come in, even if you did, you could only be a sub. You don't have what it takes to be a prime.
Yeah, fleet of trucks, huh?
And capital.
Yeah, capital. All right.
Experience. Your name ain't really holding no weight. An MBE don't really mean as much as it used to mean back in the day, bro. White women are a minority. So I'm competing against my own and ain't that me? No, a white woman is a minority.
So basically, what you're saying though, I feel like what I'm taking away from what you're saying is that like, it's possible, bro. But it's like you gotta put in the legwork. You gotta get your feet work. You gotta get the experience.
Yeah, it's possible. Anything is possible, but the problem that I'm seeing with your generation and younger people, y'all don't want to put the legwork in. And I'm not gonna be the person to just give you the answers without all the details. I want to tell you, no, this is the way you got to do it. If you want longevity and success, then you have to go. It's just like, back in the day when we did arithmetic, we didn't have Google. We didn't have all this shit that y'all got now. We had to do our algebra and shit. We had to do the long way. One problem would start at the top of the paper, and the answer, the work we would have to show, it would take that whole sheet of paper. One problem would take a whole sheet of paper. We had to show our work. All right? To get to that answer. Why? Because now you could just tell AI or ask Siri or Alexa to give you an answer to an equation, but you don't know how the technology came up with the answer, so you really don't know. You really don't. You still lost.
I see what you're saying. All right.
So
That's a
now
fact.
you get it, and then now you got to use this shit, and you don't even know how to problem solve for your own business.
Mhm.
I'm not the person, bro. If you watch my channel, I'm not gonna sit up here and give you no sugar-coated ass answer, bro. I'm not gonna do it. You have to go about things the correct way. The reason why
Mhm.
most people fail is because they take shortcuts or they don't take the time to fully understand what they invest in. That's why the failure rate is so high. It's high because of these reasons that I'm telling you. Because guess what? There's guys out here like me, and there's people in the chat that are experienced or that take the time to understand. And these are going to be the individuals that you compare. Just because you ignorant and on the new, don't mean everybody else is. And don't mean everybody else is going to show you grace and mercy and favor because you ignorant. This shit is business. When I said, yo, I want this shit to come all the way down and crash, the look on your face, go back and look at the replay. You was lost and you was puzzled because you didn't understand. Nah, let this bitch burn to the ground. Because we ready. We got cash on hand. You dig what I'm saying? So we going to come buy all this shit up for a fraction of a dollar. And when things do get better, now is where the profit is made. We get rid of to all the ignorant people. Wash, rinse, and repeat. This is how you make money.
Mhm.
We don't do shit because it's trendy, because everybody else is doing it. I wouldn't have this knowledge if I didn't go through the processes throughout the years. Granted, I'm older, a lot older than you, right? But to get to where I'm at mentally, professionally, if I didn't go through the steps, I wouldn't even be here sitting here talking to you. I would have gave up like how you gave up.
I give up.
Yeah, you did. You quit.
No, I didn't quit. You keep saying that.
You
I didn't
quit.
quit.
You quit,
I
bro.
didn't
You
quit.
quit. Listen, it's
Once that
okay. Listen,
look,
check it out. It's
no,
okay,
no,
bro.
no,
It's all
no, no, no,
right.
no,
Listen, it's all
no, no,
right.
no, cause
It's
you ain't
okay.
gonna do that. No, you ain't gonna do that. Cause
It's all right.
what's the perfect time? That low board is cool. If I'm just going solely
Ain't
rely on
no
the low
listen.
board, I'm not trying
See.
to,
You
bro.
still don't get it. You still don't get it. You talk about a perfect time, bro. Let me tell you. Let me kick it. Let me kick it with you. That's just like investing into.
All right.
Hold on. Hold on.
Let me read
Hold on. No.
higher
You said it
volume.
already. You said it
Yeah.
already. You said it already. It's no such thing as perfect time. If you can never time the market. You can't time this market. You can't time the stock market, the crypto market. You can't never time no market. Greedy pigs get led to the slaughter. If you sitting around waiting, it could affect you one way or another. More times than not, negatively. You gonna be waiting till the cows come home. They ain't coming home.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Let me explain
I'm
something
not
to you,
gonna
bro.
wait.
When is the market gonna get better? Tell me. So you know more than me. You tell me.
No, I don't know more than you.
No, you said you waiting. You said no, I'm gonna wait till the market get better. So when is it gonna get
Yeah,
better?
I said that. I ain't saying no more than
All
you.
right. So tell me when the market gonna get better. I want to know.
I could tell you when I could possibly anticipate it's better
All
than what
right.
it is now.
When?
I say
When is it gonna happen?
Mayish, June-ish.
Mayish? All right.
Yeah.
Give me the reasons why. Because you can't just say May without a reason. What is
Well,
going to
because
happen for the market to get better?
well, it's spring, summer. I would think more there'll be more transportation of inventory. I would think. I mean, it
Why?
would if it well.
Oh, this is super chat. I saw that. Keep talking. I'm listening to you.
Well, I would think because
Appreciate that super chat. A Combs.
Sweet.
Appreciate that, A Combs. What was that? How much was that? A 50 ball. Appreciate that 50 ball, A Combs. Thanks for all your time and free information. Many others charge. Appreciate you. Oh, I put the wrong one on the screen. Go ahead. I'm listening to you, big dog. I didn't want to
Well,
let that go
I would just
unnoticed.
think there's more. More, I
You
would
think
think
that?
more people are more active. Like, it's
Okay.
coming off of winter.
Okay.
Uh, I
It's
I
March.
read some
It's
about
active.
I read some about like but yeah, but I would think so. In February,
Mhm.
don't like a lot of Chinese place factories shut down or something like that because of the holiday, whatever the case may
January,
be.
Chinese New Year. Okay.
Yeah, so I would think like you would get a wave, a slow period, a wave from a lot
Mm,
majority of their
okay.
stuff not being shipped and everything. So I would think it
Mhm.
needs to catch up, and I feel like it would catch up back up to what it was, or start getting to where it was going, where it was in like May.
Bro,
Then
it'll
you
be
know the
April. It'll be April Tuesday, bro. We're 3 months removed from January now, damn near.
yeah.
So
I would just think it would be more. Even if the volume does rise higher in April, I would think the volume would be even more higher in May. Wouldn't you think? Or am I wrong?
what? Tell me why?
I just did.
Because because basically what you said because the weather is warmer or something.
It's just more things are going on. I mean,
like
graduations. Uh,
okay.
people
So
are
what
just
does
more.
graduation got to do with volume?
No, that's just one. That's one example. There's
Okay, what
more.
they going
There
what
gotta
more
be.
more
There's
more more tuxedos?
yeah. I'll be hey fucker.
More tuxedos?
more tuxedos. Maybe people shipping grills. You know, people cooking outside or something. So you never know. It could be
bro,
anything.
bro, you know it's a
From what I
lag,
did,
right? Hold on.
look
Let me
from
explain.
what I
See,
read.
let's cook up right there.
Uh,
You know there's a lag, right? And you know people, okay, let's say grills. Let's say because of proms, there's an overabundance of grills sold. You think those grills are being moved at the same time they're selling? If there's going to be an overabundance of grills sold in May, they're already where they need to be now.
he said, all right. But I would just that was just my thing. I did research on the internet. It was saying typical trucking season, like it would be slow in January to March, but from what I seen, it wasn't that slow in January
All right,
or
let's
February.
talk about let's what you know about economics, big dog.
Um, Depends. It could be anything.
Hmm. Brush up on economics, bro.
I know there's tariffs in place. Um,
Bro, golly, here we go. You done heard a word and now you running with it. Like, see, man, like you done
bro,
heard a little word
you
on.
ain't,
You
no,
know what
no,
I'm
look.
saying? Go ahead. I'm listening.
Hold on. There's tariffs in place. You know, you funny as hell. Um,
Well, you done
all
heard
right.
the
Let me
little
be. Let me,
tariff word on the news
yeah, there's
about a month,
look,
and now you're
and
gonna use that. Well, go
look.
ahead.
There was tariffs, and they really just got in effect right in March this month. A lot of them
You freezing up, big dog. Your
didn't
Wi-Fi
they?
saving you right
Did,
now. Your Wi-Fi saving you.
didn't they?
You said I didn't hear
Ah,
you. Your Wi-Fi got the
all right. Hold up.
freezing. Your Wi-Fi got the tweaking.
Hold up. My phone about to.
Yeah, plug your phone up, big dog. Go ahead and plug it up. Plug it up, big dog. Tweaking. Y'all
He
young
said
cats,
he
man.
tweaking.
I enjoy talking, y'all. Y'all funny to me, bro. Y'all really like y'all ain't got that work ethic. Y'all ain't got that. Y'all ain't like how we was, boy. We was some work. We was a working generation. Y'all don't want to work. Did he freeze up? Where you at, big dog? You still there? Yeah. Big dog said he don't want to work. He want to get straight to the source. Did he freeze or? Oh yeah, he gone. Damn. Go ahead and call back up, big dog. I like that conversation. That was that was a good conversation. I like talking to these young cats, man. The ones that can actually talk and they not real sensitive and emotional and stuff. I enjoy talking to them. You know, it's funny to me. Go ahead and call back up, big dog. Oh, it's somebody else. They gonna take your spot. They done took your spot, Charlie. Charlie Whitnop. They gonna take your spot, Charlie Whitnop. All right, let me bring Buddy up. What's the dealio?
What up, Mark, man?
What's popping?
Oh no, ain't nothing, man. Cold chilling, man. Up here trying to formulate, you know. Hey, look, I've been in the industry about 5 years myself, so
Mhm.
you know, just work in the spot market. I have a few contracts, but you know how that go. It's business, so you disposable at any time. I just thought
Mhm.
about getting into a situation dealing with Best Buy. I ain't gonna say like
Mhm.
I'm like old buddy, but when I first got in, that's something that I ain't even want to touch on, just because the risk of claims and stuff. You always hear the horror stories about that, you know what I'm saying? So, I was just gonna ask, cause I don't remember if I seen one of your videos where you actually spoke on that with somebody else, but what's your take on doing that type of stuff?
You from Texas?
No, I'm from Cleveland.
Oh, you sound like Pimp C.
Nah. Hey, look, man, they always tell me I sound like somebody or I sound like I'm from somewhere else but Cleveland, though. But, born and raised, man.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
you said what's my take on Final Mile?
No, I'm talking about, the white glove stuff, man. Because, like I said, initially getting into it, I ain't even want to deal with that stuff, man.
That's what I did. I did Final Mile for over a decade. Well, now over
Oh,
2012. Yeah, over about a decade. I did Final Mile for. So
oh,
it's a great opportunity.
okay. Yeah, see, I'm getting mixed
It's a
reviews as far as
well, you
that
get
go. You know what I'm saying?
mixed reviews.
Yeah, because I went in for the interview with because who you deal with, I'm dealing with Dicon. You know what I'm saying? They the people who, get the stuff moved for Best Buy. You know what I mean?
I
And
never dealt
that
with Doc. I never dealt with Dicon.
is there any reason why, or it just didn't, present itself?
I just didn't never had to deal with them. I dealt with Dynamics. I dealt with which is now T Force. I dealt with XPO.
Yeah,
I've dealt with a bunch of private companies that don't even exist no more. MXD, Excel, Urban Express. None of these companies exist anymore because they were acquired. Installs, which is what we were doing, Sam's Club and Best Buy through, which is now NAL under CRST. Installs merged with NAL, and then CRST acquired them. So for over the course of a year, and then nonstop. So over the course of and Select Express. So over the course of years, I maintained the contracts that I had. I never had to. I mean, there's a bunch of different 3PLs, Fidelitone, Seva. I just didn't have to deal with them. So
yeah, right. Okay, I got you. Yeah, well, Dicon's the one that's trying to push this thing in my neck of the woods. You know what I'm saying? So,
hmm
I went in there, I had to powwow with them and stuff like that, and they whole thing is they give you like the rate of stuff per stop, and then it's like, certain other stuff you got to do to kind of get them funds rolling in. Like you got to do some upselling. You know
hmm
what I mean? Like like they tell you. The guy ran it by me. He was like, "Well, say you get there and the customer just got a drop off, but they don't got no install per se. So you run it by him like, hey, I could do this install for you. It's a $200 value, but we could do it on the house. You just buy the accessories. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. We never had to do that.
See what
Upsell.
I'm saying?
They got y'all doing the upsell. They supposed to sell that
Yeah,
at the point.
yeah,
They supposed to sell that
yeah,
at the point of purchase. POP.
yeah. That's what they trying to tell me. So I'm up here like, wait a minute. So then they like, yeah, you get them to buy the extras, and then you try to, do other stuff like as far as like,
Me personally, I wouldn't. Me personally, I wouldn't do it. Now you can do what you want to do. I wouldn't do it.
yeah, see, I'm getting that vibe though, because then they kind of thirsty too about blowing me up about this stuff. Like, hey man, you get
Well,
finished with that onboarding because
well.
they going through open force with it. So you know what I'm saying? I had to do the background check, pay for
Mhm.
that. Had to do the drug test, pay for that. Then they hounded me. They hounded me about my help. I'm up here like, why they so thirsty, bro? You know, so when you get
Well,
that good, then you up here like,
it's
you
a lot
know.
of turnover. It's a lot of turnover for Final Mile. It's not something that's a lot of people listen to the kid I just talked to. How old are you?
I'm 42.
Okay, so listen to the kid I just talked to. The younger generation don't want to do labor intensive work, so their turnover is high. It's a great
Yeah,
opportunity. It's a great opportunity, right? But the reason why um they're probably aggressive with contacting you is because they need you. It's not
yeah, man.
like it's not like the middle mile with the low board. It's far less competitive.
Yeah,
Excuse me, over there because of the what all is entailed with doing that type of work.
right. Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, because I'm
So I
thinking I'm up
I,
here.
I, I wouldn't I wouldn't let their uh how aggressive they are with contact you. I wouldn't let that. Don't let that be the discouraging factor. That's just common for Final Mile.
Yeah, yeah, it's just more of the, the extra stuff you gotta do to get that bang for your buck per stop. Like, they like, yeah, doing like the removal and stuff, that pay like,
That you got to do mobile. You got to do a 1-and-1. If a
or they
person,
say, or like relocation, like say if they want something in their house relocated in their
yeah,
garage.
yeah, but that's an upcharge. So you deliver a washer and dryer. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have to remove the old washer and dryer. Or if you have a refrigerator, they may have you remove the old refrigerator. They may charge you $40 to take the old refrigerator to the garage and just plug it
Yeah,
in the
see, they not
garage.
they not paying that much though. See, that's the thing. When you said that just now, like they only paying half of that.
Well, here's the thing, because I just purchased a new appliance yesterday, and they charged me $50 for the removal, right? And then I saw when I was going through it was $40 to have it relocated, but $50 to remove the old appliance, right? So if they're
Yeah.
paying you, giving you half, it's going to be $25. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, they're charging $50 for the removal. So
Okay.
half of that is $25.
Yeah, or 20 in my case, because that's what he pretty much was saying. Because like I'm trying to think how he put it, like as far as like they system of how I actually pay. It's a term for it. Something hours, something type of hours or something they were saying. So like I said, pretty much they each stop is starting off at $85. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to tack on the little extras to bump it up to where what I'm saying, it's worth your while. Because like I said, you got somebody on your truck with you, you got to pay them too. If you bring it in the base, that ain't gonna be enough money for real. You know what I'm saying?
How
So
much?
you got to be you
How
got to
much
be
they guarantee?
pushing it.
How much they guarantee you? How much are they guaranteeing you a day? It should be a guarantee. What's the minimum guarantee?
See, and this is the thing, because he's talking about it's going to be varies enough. Like the stops might vary per day, so that's going to change things. So them dudes really didn't put no
What?
guarantee on it. That's why I was up here like, hold on, like
What's the retail? What's the retailer? Who is this for? I know you
it's
said
for Best Buy.
Fidelity. Best Buy.
No, it ain't Fidelity. No, I ain't even messing with them. No, I ain't messing with them because they
Who you
hit me
said?
up too on another side.
Who you said
It's
it
through
was for again?
Diacon.
Dudacon.
Diacon.
Okay. Yeah. So Cleveland ain't really a big market. So I mean, of course, on the new, they're not gonna. On the new, you're gonna probably get the worst route that they got available, right? And you're not gonna get a maximum amount of stops because you on the new, right? So you got to work your way up so you can build trust so that they know that you know what you're doing. Have you ever did this type of work before?
Never. Like I said, like I had a few contracts, but it was like,
Right.
when it was final mile, it was just one pallet dropping off at the door. Like
All
I
right.
remember I was in your comments about R&L. That's what I was doing for like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Just straight
Okay.
that,
All
what
right.
I mean? But then they
So
cut their contractors loose, you know what I'm saying? Like a year
all
and a
right.
half ago.
All right. So you're gonna have to learn how to do this, right?
Yeah,
You're
that's what
gonna
I'm
have
saying.
to.
I ain't tweaking, but I just wanted to know, like, because he put some numbers out there to me, like, man, I got a dude right now where he got, I'm dealing with 2 trucks. He talking about, yeah, I got a dude that got 5. He on route to see 1.5 million this year. I'm up here like, when they kick the numbers out there, they always fabricate a little bit of something. I'm up here like, oh, really?
Wait.
You
You
know what
said
I'm saying?
you said it's another guy in there with 2 trucks, and he said he on his way to 1.5 million.
No. He got 5 trucks.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he can,
Doing final mile in there.
yeah, doing final mile in there.
Yeah.
See what I'm
That's
saying?
yeah.
They put a little smoke on that shit, and they ain't giving you all the rundown. So I'm up here like, man, come on, bro. Like I said, it ain't my realm, first of all. So I'm kind of like the newbie looking in as far as that goes. Cause like I said, my thing was the spot market or me trying to, wiggle my way into some contracts or something. Like I was dealing with the freight app for
M. Yes, I could see that. But that extra
he said
half a million,
1.5, Brody.
that extra half a million. Because
Yeah.
250 is a it can be done and on a route
Yeah.
with find them out, but Cleveland, that can easily be done here. Cleveland is a lot smaller market, so
Where you
to
at?
put that extra, I'm in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, definitely.
But
Yeah,
hold
yeah,
on,
yeah, for
but
sure.
250 here for a final amount, that's a 6 day a week truck. That's not a 5 day a week. That's a 6 day a week, 7 day a week contract.
Yeah, he said 6 days for sure. That's what he said. He said 6 days for sure.
To be a smaller market, he got to be number one, and he got to be doing hella stops with hella. His trucks got to be doing hella stops with hella up charges. So they got to be doing 1-and-1s. They got to be doing hookups. They got to be doing everything. They got to be doing everything. They're not doing just basic drops.
Yeah, right.
So,
oh yeah, for sure, definitely. And then, like I said, that came to the chance of that happening every single stop. That's not going to happen like that because you're going to have them things where you're just going to be dropping that shit. You're going to be going up out of there. You know what I'm saying? You might run into the situation where, okay, I got to go bring this washer and this dryer in, and you got to hook up and stuff, and that be all. And and the removal, of course. But you know what I mean? Like I'm just hearing from different sides. Like some people, like, man, I'm only seeing like 35 a week. And I'm up here like, well, goddamn, like shit, I could see that working by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, and I gotta pay somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta take care of, X, Y, and Z. Like, I don't know about that.
That sounds about right in that market, 35 a week. Uh-huh.
That's crazy. Like I said, I was working off the freight app, and I was getting working the freight app, and I was just delivering plumbing supplies solo, just me. You know what I'm saying? Start at 5, be done by 2. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, you think I'm about to do that? And I got extra expenses because I got to have the help. You know what I'm saying? Then it's everything they take out. They tell me, oh, we got the fees for the occupational, you got the fees for the escrow, yada yada skip. I'm like, well, goddamn, bro. Like you really gotta bust your ass to really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they gotta take the escrow out because you're gonna have claims and shit like that. So
and look, and that's another thing, like, cause you hear them fairy tales where you like, man, I ain't never had no claims. I'm like, you ain't never had no claims.
That's a lie.
You know what I mean? And look, right now with me just doing just the solo dolo, my insurance pretty decent. So I ain't trying to jeopardize that per se, because of course the insurance agent gonna talk you out of it. And like, man, shoot, I seen so many people take the dive because they reached into that realm, and the next thing you know what I mean?
Reached into what realm?
Doing final mile like the white glove.
That's because they don't know what they're doing. See, so that's what thing I asked you, do you know what you're doing? Because if you don't know what you're doing,
okay. See, that ain't came up. See, this the thing. I got a guy that would kind of school me because he's been doing it for like 12 years. I'm the newbie on that side, but I take notes. So I mean, yeah. But as far as that go, like besides me doing my own personal stuff, no, I ain't never laid a hand on hooking no dishwasher up and no stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like you said, the market around here kind of crazy. Like, oh, buddy, he's from Pittsburgh, wasn't he? So it's kind of similar It's in that regard. Like, but see, my thing is I ain't scared to, he told me he got spooked after looking at it for a week. Like, I'm pounding pavement. So, I done made them relationships over the last 5 years where, they calling me, but at the same time, like I said, the market is kind of, around this way. So, that's why I even thought about, well, let me go hop into this. You know what I mean? I had another opportunity. You ever heard of Our House Furniture?
ARHAUS?
Yeah. Yeah. Now they hit me up, and I actually had an interview with them last week too. And now they say it's some chicken, dealing with them. Like, they stops, you automatically leaving Cleveland. You're going to Pittsburgh. You're going to Columbus, Ohio. You're going to Toledo. Them stops paying $200 a stop. You know what I'm saying? Just off the tickety. You know what I'm saying? And
Because our house is more premium furniture,
you
so
dealing
that's
with
almost
professionals.
So that's almost like not quite, but like restoration hardware. You know, dealing with that type of shit. You're gonna get paid more because spending $5,000 on a dresser. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's why that pays. But the higher reward, the higher risk. You scratch something from there, so you got the
You
people
go to
that's
$1 million house, you scratching the floor,
right. So
shit.
you go into a different level house, and you're dealing
Yeah.
with a different level of furniture. So
Yeah, right.
your skill set has to be superb. So
Yeah, right. And they offering a tad bit of stuff too. But the thing they said though was like, you know, say if I just had a business and didn't have my authority, because pretty much they saying once you get contracted, you really gonna be running under their authority. You ain't even gonna be running under your own authority. I don't know if you ever heard of nothing like that,
who
but
tell you that? Diacon told you that?
no, the people for our house.
Oh, yeah, I don't
Cause
know.
you gonna pretty much have their branding on your truck, like on the doors and stuff. It's gonna say that on the side of it. It's not gonna have like with me with JMP or nothing like that. It's gonna have, what I'm saying, burger transfer. That's the real deal right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're gonna be masquerading under them like you ain't even using your authority for real. So I never even heard of a situation like that. I'm like, damn, for real?
Yeah, no, some places do it. If that's what they requirements are, then that's what their requirements are. But shit, $200 a stop. Shit, what's the problem?
And they say they pay every day. They said we print money every day. That's what the dude said. He said we print money every day. So if you want to get paid, just hit me up by 4 o'clock. He said most people let it stack for a week, but you just hit me up by 4 o'clock, and I have it on a a com data card. I'm like, damn, y'all working like that?
Yeah. Sound like you got some decisions to make, big dog. You sound like you not too happy with what middle mile or whatever it is you're doing. You looking for other opportunities. Sound like you got some decisions to make.
Yeah, right. And I ain't afraid to work. You know what I'm saying? I said, we in the same demographic down there. So I mean, I ain't no big guy myself, but I ain't afraid to work. So, hey, look, I gotta move around some $10,000 beds from, the Queen of Sheba, to get this bag. I mean, they said it's 6 days a week, you know what I'm saying, too. So and then they like at the most you do 8-9 stops a day. So it ain't even that many stops for real.
That's
You
for
know what I
our
mean?
house.
Yeah.
Oh, that ain't bad. If they paying $200 a stop.
Hell yeah, I'm up here like, what? He said that. I'm like, man, I had to clean my glasses. Now I'm hearing it. You feel me? I'm like,
Well,
hold on.
I would try to find a good helper. Make sure that and educate yourself on how to move shit, lift shit, carry shit, angle shit,
Yeah,
wrap things, protect things the correct way
yeah,
because that ain't IKEA, bro. So a claim gonna cost
yeah,
you.
right.
Dealing with that. One nightstand might be $2,500. So what I'm saying. So
Heck yeah. No, I went on their site just to see it. I was up here like, man, what the hell? You got a bed for 10 bands? Like, man, shit.
accounts like that, you have to think: Are you qualified to take them? Because you got people buying $10,000 bed, $5, $6, $7,000 dressers. you can only imagine the type of homes you're going in. So now you
Yeah, and
have
that's
to
what they
make
were
sure
saying.
that you have the proper things to protect, the floors. We don't train people to wheel dollies through people's homes over here. So you
Right.
need to make sure you got runners. If you're dealing with, multi-million dollar homes, you might want to get you some masonite. You dig what I'm saying? You might want to get you some
Oh, the
masonite.
Masonite board.
Yeah, you might want to get you some masonite boards.
Yeah.
Door jams. You want to the door jams. Get the padding for the doors. For the door jams, the banisters, all that stuff. You want to get all of that when you're dealing with these types of homes because you don't want nothing. You
Right.
mess around, walk in, somebody got marble floors all through the crib, not shit, marble slab, not towel,
Right.
slab. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's different.
Yeah.
So
Right.
not so it's just,
It ain't for the weak.
educate.
It ain't for the faint of heart.
No, it's just not for a person who's not skilled. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like here's the thing. If you get into that, I wouldn't recommend someone that's coming in on the new do something like our house or restoration hardware. I would recommend someone that's on the new start with something maybe like on the furniture side, like IKEA or maybe Bob's. You know what I'm saying? Make your mistakes there because it that learning curve there is going to be a lot cheaper than dealing with like a R House or Walter E. Smith or Restoration Hardware because you're dealing with way more expensive furniture and you're dealing with way more expensive homes. So it's the difference from a $3,000 or $4,000 floor repair to a $20,000-$30,000 floor repair. It's a big difference.
Sheesh. Yeah. Right. No, I got you, OG. Yeah, for sure, man. No, I thought I'd get a little bit of insight on that because, like I said, I know you kind of skilled in that realm of things. So, like I said, I'm the newbie as far as that part of it go. But like I said, it was presented to me, so I'm up here like they was, quick to get me in there though on that side. So I'm like, well, damn, let me go hear what they talk about. And he start when our house started kicking the numbers, I'm like, 200 to stop. When? Never. Like, what? Shoot, that's great paper in the day. You know what I'm saying? 8, 9 stops. You could pay your help pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? You after expenses, you still be sweet, on a daily.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, in a matter of learning something new. Like I said, I ain't never really like when I was delivering furniture, like when I was doing the R&L stuff, that stuff that's in a box. So all I'm doing is pallet jacking it on a pallet to somebody's garage. This ain't that. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
you was doing curbside, and
Then doing that final
white
glove, mine
glove.
was
Yeah,
different.
white. The moment you do okay, so curbside, then you got threshold, and you got threshold room of choice, and then you got white glove. The moment you cross the threshold, the potential, the risk becomes greater. You know what I'm saying? Because you could just try be getting something through the doorway across the threshold and you can damage some shit. So the moment you attempt to start going into someone's home, the risk becomes greater. And the higher up they, the level they pay for delivery, the greater the risk. So, it's just something to
Yeah,
think
right.
about. I would, it's a big difference from curbside.
Yeah, definitely for sure, for sure. Or bumping a dock anyway. So shoot, yeah, man, that's something I definitely gotta think about. But I'm one of the ones I take a risk. So what I mean, I just ain't trying to pay that heavy of a toll on it. So you got to be on your p's and q's. So I hear what you're saying, like making sure you got all that equipment and the little extra knickknacks and stuff. So everything go
Mm-hmm.
flawless. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I got some stuff I gotta think about though.
Yeah, think about it. Look into it. Just make sure that you educate yourself before you jump into it, big dog.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, man. Hey, look, I appreciate your time, Brody. Like I said, it's been a
Man,
pleasure.
hey, man, say, man. You sound like you from Texas. Hey,
hey,
man,
hey,
say, man. You sound like the
hey,
pimp
look,
from the side, from the south,
I've
man.
been
Pimp
getting it
C,
all
man.
my life, man. They like, where you from? Where you from? From Cleveland, man. I swear to God.
Oh,
Hey,
okay, y'all, yeah, you sound like you from Fort Worth, Texas. Or something.
Hey, look, my people came up down south though, so you know it's in me though. You feel me? So
Nah, I hear
yeah,
you.
man.
I hear you. I hear you, player. I hear you, player.
Yeah. But no, like I
All right.
said, Mark, man, I appreciate you, dog, for sure, man. You enlightening, you know, the world with what you know. I be peeping in and out, you know what I mean? So you keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Yeah, man. I probably ain't gonna be around too much longer, big dog.
Hey, look, ain't nothing wrong with it. Like I said, you put plenty of years in the game, so shit, you know. Hey, look, sometimes you gotta make that grand opening, grand closing. You feel me?
I ain't put too many years in. You talking about YouTube or you talking about
No, I'm talking
trucking?
about just doing what you're doing in, you know, the trucking industry. You know what I'm saying, with the moving or whatever you had going on.
Oh yeah, I'm retired from that, big dog.
Damn, it's raining like a motherfucker out here. I think I had to stop and listen for a second. God damn, you know. But
All right,
yeah, man.
all right,
Hey,
all right, big dog.
I'm out of here, G.
All right, man. Be safe out there.
Yeah, take care, dude.
All right, later.
Yep, yep.
Shout out to Running Warrior in the building. Appreciate you, my Shot Town brethren. What's going on? Should we take one more? We passed our time, didn't we? Did we pass our time? I was really having a good conversation with that youngin, and he made the time go by really, really fast. Okay, well, all right, all right. Uh-oh, we got another one. Uh-oh, is this the youngin again? Who is this? What's up, big dog?
Yo, you hear
What's
me?
up, man? Yes, sir.
What's good? You remember me?
You look
Young
familiar.
dude from Chicago, moving business.
You the one who I put the clip up the other day of?
Yeah, you made the whole little video and all that.
Oh, okay. What you got some smoke for me or something, big dog? What you got some
Nah, I don't
smoke?
got no smoke. I'm
Oh,
actually here to thank you, man. Thank you, and I got some advice I'm seeking. But
thank me.
I
What you
just
want to
want
thank
to
me for? What you want to thank me for?
look, bro. The first conversation we had when you was grilling me, you feel me, talking about when the video you made. That was the first conversation we had. Then we had a second one,
Mm-hmm.
but the first
Okay.
conversation we had. You really
Uh
gave
huh.
me, the insights on the movie business, what really was gonna happen, what you can expect, what you gotta, be ready for. And I ain't gonna lie,
Uh
that
huh.
that really shook my world. But you made me, prepared, and I've started it. I started it, in December, and then I called you again, and I think it was beginning of January, late January. Just checking in with, I've been doing it a little bit, but I've seen, steady growth, and really, once I started doing the $90 an hour, man. Like I didn't
What
think,
happened? What happened, big dog? Cause you was against it. What happened?
hey,
What
bro, I
happened,
ain't
big
gonna
dog?
lie. I ain't think people would really jump on that 90 like that. The $10 gonna make a difference, but it does,
What
Mark.
happened?
I
I
swear,
know. I know it do. I know it do. Man, I'm gonna stop
it
coming on
does.
here because y'all young cats, y'all want to challenge me, bro.
I
Y'all
don't
just need to
challenge you, bro.
listen.
I feel
Yeah,
like
y'all,
it's
because
more
you
so
challenged me
just
too. You challenged me, bro.
you want to hear my personal perspective of why.
Man, tell me why, bro. Tell me why.
Personally, I'm just the type of person, right? I'm gonna take your advice, but I gotta do my own thing first. I guess I'm just hard headed, to be
You
honest.
did your own thing.
That's
It wasn't working. It wasn't working. That's why when
it
you
wasn't
came to Big
working
Mark,
like
I told
yours.
you, and you was like, man, why? I said, bro, just do it. Just do it. I ain't finna tell you why. Just do it, and you gonna see the difference.
Nah, I went
You
from
gave me that.
booking like
All
one job a
right,
week to
all right,
like I
all
booked, the other day
right,
like three jobs, three, four jobs. I ain't
all
saying I'm
right.
I'm big dog like you or I'm the top dog in the movie
It's
company and none of
it's
that,
still
but
early. It's still
I've been
early, big
booking, man.
dog.
I've been booking.
It's still
I've been
early.
having a
Yeah,
good late end of March, early April, looking
yeah.
good. I'm booked up.
How many
So
jobs you had today? How many jobs you had today?
today I actually didn't have no jobs today. I had
That's not
two
good. That's
yesterday,
not good.
two.
That's not
No, that's
good.
not good. That isn't good. You're right.
How many you
I
got
want to stay
tomorrow?
busy every day. Tomorrow I got one. I have two Tuesday, and I have two. Let me check the calendar, but I'm on here. But I got one Monday, one Tuesday, one Wednesday, and then three Thursday.
You need to have three tomorrow. You should have three tomorrow, the 31st. You should
I
have
wish
three
I did
jobs
have three
tomorrow.
tomorrow, Mark.
Oh,
I
ain't no
wish I
wish. You
did.
gotta go get them. Go get them. You should
I
have
am.
three on.
I'm. Hey,
Listen,
so
you should
look.
have
So
three
look.
tomorrow. You should have three on the first. You should have three on the second. You should have three. When's the first? Tuesday. Three on second. This is Wednesday. The third. The fourth. All the way through Sunday. You should be booked.
I want to get there. And what I'm starting to do now, I'm just branding off like the Thumbtack, because originally I was just only getting leads on Thumbtack. So now I had sent my flyer design in the Discord. I'm making some flyers. I'm gonna start, hand marketing and whatnot. I got the business cards. I'm doing more social media advertising. I got the Instagram ads running. I'm on Facebook now. So I'm starting to, promote myself on more platforms. So hopefully I can get more jobs coming in. And that way I can stay busy.
You should
But
book. You need to yeah, the last day and the first day, you should always want to have at least 2 or 3 jobs. Especially if you're doing like 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, you want to have at least 3 of them minimum. Morning, afternoon, evening.
Gotcha. What would you say there anything else I can do on the promoting side just to, keep some more business coming in? Because
You do
I
much
had a
store?
plan.
You
I
been?
got these flyers. I was gonna walk into some storage places. I was gonna do like leasing
I
offices,
I I've been told you
realtors.
to do that. You should have been did that.
Well, my thought was I wanted to have something, like a foundation. Now I got some reviews. I'm
What
top
you
pro.
mean a
I got a top
foundation?
pro on Thumbtack.
You get a foundation by putting yourself out there. What are you talking about?
True. I wanted to have some work done first, more so. I should say
Bro,
that.
you're not gonna get no work done if no one knows you exist. You
Right.
marketing your company as a flyer, it's how you build your resume up. You're not shooting for, you here in Chicago, your customer ain't in, god damn it, you ain't getting into Nima. You ain't going doing moves over there. Your customer is a yuppie, or someone who doesn't mind dealing with a person who's unlicensed, or a person who's looking just to get shit from point A to point B in a timely fashion. They shit may be scratched and dinged up a little bit, so they not really looking. So going to the storage facility, you should have been did that. You don't need to have reviews to do it. This is how you get your reviews. You should be looking for all these inexpensive jobs. This is where you're gonna get them at.
Right. I guess I was wrong in that. So, I mean, I'm ready to do it now. So I guess it's better late than never. But
I told you
more
that
so,
last year.
hmm?
I told you that last year.
I wasn't doing it though. I hadn't started. I was procrastinating. I ain't
You
procrastinating
was
no
doing
more,
it. You
Mark.
was on the truck. We looked at your Thumbtack page. You was already doing
That
it
was
anyway.
the second time you called me. The first time you called me was in like December, bro. Or I called you. You ain't never called me. I called you.
All right, big
But
dog.
more so to the point, I've been trying to do better on my packing jobs. I'm making sure I'm getting the boxes stacked. I'm making sure the furniture, I'm not blanketing everything, but I'm making sure, everything is shrink wrapped. So if you got a couch, we wrapping the couch. If you got a dresser, we wrapping the dresser. Obviously, any fragile items,
You're
glass.
not putting a blanket on the dresser?
No, I haven't been. I haven't been. I just been wrapping it.
Hold on, wait right there. Hold on.
You tweaking.
What's that? A dryer in the background?
Yeah, it's loud. I can turn it off if you need to.
No. Why you not wrapping the dressers?
Uh, honestly, just me not doing it. I now have. At first, it wasn't because I had, I didn't have enough blankets, but I have bought blankets. I have all that stuff now. Now it's just I haven't been doing it. Um, but I figured, the shrink wrap.
No, you need to wrap the dressers, bro. Anything that's wood, you should be wrapping it with a blanket, with blankets. Dressers is gonna take you about 2 blankets. A chest is gonna take you 2 blankets, maybe 3.
Yeah, we've
So
been
you got to
wrapping
get more.
china cabinets, all the glass, all any glass shelving. You got like, coffee tables with glass. We pop the glass out, wrap the glass. We wrap mirrors. Um, just been trying to be more cautious on, when actually moving the items myself, and, whoever helping me, hey, watch that corner. This fresh white. Don't, because We've been doing some pretty good jobs recently. I've been downtown for a couple of them. I've been in the suburbs and some nice houses. I don't be trying to mess these people's stuff up. So I've been more cautious of making sure that we're handling the items with care and you know not marking anything up, not bumping. Even if it's a nice home and it's a new home, you rub your shoulder too hard across one of the walls, you gonna see a little streak, especially if you've been working. So um, just been trying to do better with that. But I guess yes, I should be wrapping the blankets. I mean, wrapping the chest and the dresses and stuff with blankets. So I have to do that. But like you said, I have seen a difference in the clients as well. Some people, they don't care how long you take to prepare their stuff. They want it nice and done. Some people, hey, why are you wrapping my stuff? Well, ma'am, because I'm moving it. I want to make sure it's protected and nothing gets damaged in transport. Oh, don't wrap. Some people want time, some people want quality. So, trying to find the best of both worlds.
All right, what's your question, big dog? Because I'm about to get up out of here and
I
go,
don't
man.
mean to hold you. So look, I had a move I done in February, right? It was a storage. I moved all her items with no problem. It was one item in particular. It was a shelf of some sort. I don't know, but all her items were previously moved by movers before into the storage. I was just hired to move it to another storage. We had already packed the truck. It's a 26-foot truck. Truck is pretty much packed up. We on to the last few items in the storage. It was a decent because it was probably the biggest storage you can get. So, she still got some items in there. So we're deciding, what can go, what can't. And I'm asking her throughout the whole time because all her items are wrapped. They're wrapped in cardboard. Some of them they're wrapped in the blankets. All of it's all wrapped up. You can't even see what the items are. So I'm asking her the whole time, hey, what is this? Is there anything fragile in here? Is there glass? Can it be stood upright? Long story short, bro, we get to the last item. I've asked her numerous times, can this item be stood up upright? She says yes. I go to stand the item upright. I hear glass sliding. I immediately put the item down. I go to notify the customer. We open it up, look at it, take all the cardboard and all the stuff off. Glass shattered.
What was this? A box or something? I'm sorry. What was this again?
So look, it's not a box, but I guess she hired some pretty good movers the first time, and
Well, what
they
was it?
padded it.
What was it?
I
Patted
couldn't tell
what?
you exactly what the piece is because I don't know the name. It's like a
So you couldn't see
wooden.
what it was? It's a what?
It's a wooden. I wouldn't say shelf. It's like a wooden something wooden with glass like shelves, man. I can't. It's not necessarily a
A,
shelf because it was sitting flat.
a
It's not
china a
standing
china
straight up.
a china cabinet?
No, not a china cabinet. Not a china cabinet. I personally don't know. I don't know the exact
How
name.
tall is it? How tall is it? Is it heavy?
It
Tall?
wasn't. No, it wasn't tall at all. It's not. It's long more so, and it's on the. It's looked like more like a.
A curio cabinet? A buffet?
Yeah, maybe one of them. It wasn't very
It's
tall.
long?
Long, wooden, and
Short?
had about probably around 5 feet,
It's
maybe.
probably a curio cabinet. All right. So
Yeah,
anyway,
maybe a
was
curio.
it wrapped?
It was wrapped. So look, it was shrink wrap, a blanket, then it was cardboard. So
Okay.
obviously, she
Right
paid
there
some.
you should. Okay. So right there you should have known it was glass. Because if it wasn't glass, it would have just been blanketed and shrink wrapped. So
Right.
you asking the customer, can you stand it up when it's clear it's glass because it got cardboard on it? We're not
But
putting
all her
cardboard on a wooden dresser.
that's
We
not
putting
that's
a
not the
blanket
only
and shit.
thing that had some of her wood dressers and stuff. She had a pool table. She had a whole arrangement of stuff. All that stuff was packaged the same. I don't know what the company was or who they are, but it was all packaged the same. Besides the chairs, obviously.
Okay, so it broke. It broke. So what happened?
It broke. I don't know if I broke it though.
You heard it shatter?
The glass, I didn't. It wasn't like a sound of glass breaking. It was just the sound of glass sliding from us standing up. But point being, she acted as if it was the other company's fault. You know, hey, they forgot to take the shelves out, whatnot. We do the move.
Okay.
She pays me. She even pays me a separate day to go back out there and finish the job.
Okay.
Cool. All good, right? Fast
Mm-hmm.
forward a month later, she calls me, hey, you guys damaged this item. You need to come, the full spill. I'm getting blitzed, so I, just assess the situation. I'm trying to remember, okay, yeah, I remember your move, I'm trying to get some more details from her. Can you provide me with, a photo of the item? And,
Mm-hmm.
she's saying all these repair costs. I asked her, can you provide me with a quote from the repairman? She doesn't want to do any of this. She threatens to call the police, to call the lawyer. She starts attacking me in my business, saying I'm unprofessional.
Where was this? Where's
Calling,
she at?
she was in St. Charles.
Why you all the
Well,
way out in
actually,
St. Charles, bro?
I do. I got
All
thumbtack
right,
all
all
the
right,
way out everywhere.
all right. So go ahead. She threatened to call the police. What else?
She threatened. She threatened to call the police. Why not? I remained calm and respectful the whole time. I
All right.
never raised my voice. Never done
Let's
anything.
all
So
right.
I'm
Let's
trying
get
to,
to it.
work with her.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to, work with her. But point being, she hangs up the phone. Okay. Get up a call another few days later. Same thing. This time she's saying she's taking legal action. You need to come out. Da da da. She wants
Mm-hmm.
me to go back out there, move the item because she says I buried it in storage. Number one, if I buried it, I would. She didn't even know it was broken. I let her know the item was broken. I could have just moved it. If I didn't want to be responsible for a real person, a real businessman, to be honest, I could have just moved it and she would have never
Mm-hmm.
known.
Mm-hmm.
So I immediately let her know. She brushed it off as no big deal. We did the move. She called me. She was mad. Then she called me again. And now, she's saying, that
You went back out
she
there.
wants to
You
take.
saying you went back out there?
No, she wants me to go back out there and move
Uh-huh.
the cabinet, I guess, so
Uh-huh.
that her other repairman or whatever, whoever can get
Uh-huh.
to it and fix it. But I
Uh-huh.
just don't necessarily know what I should do because number one, she's already threatening me calling the police. Two, I'm in St. Charles as a
Yeah,
black
just
man.
leave that shit
I don't
alone. Leave it alone. Ain't shit you can do. It's over with.
leave it alone.
You moved it. She wants you to come rearrange her storage facility?
Yeah, she want me to come
All
back.
right.
I don't want to mess with her no more. Because
No.
number one, why you pay
Leave
me
it.
if you
Leave it.
you
It's
felt
over
that
with.
way?
Yeah, I wouldn't be
So
going.
what?
Don't. Yeah, I mean, you go out to St. Charles, it could be a setup,
That's
and
what
she
I'm
could go
saying,
anywhere
man.
with you. So
I don't trust her. I
you
even
shouldn't be
gave
in
her an
St. Charles.
official
You shouldn't be
statement.
in St. You shouldn't be in St. Charles. No way.
Mark, we done moves in St.
I
Charles.
hear
We
you,
done all the
but
nice
listen,
moves.
listen. See, you young,
I
bro.
just moved 1720 Michigan.
All
That's
right,
a
all right. That ain't
all
shit.
right.
1720 mission ain't shit. That's a dump. 1620, 1720. I remember when them shits was brand new and nice in the late 2000s, early 2010s. That ain't shit now.
I mean, we do people in Bolingbrook,
So
Naperville, all that
come
other stuff as
come
well.
with a better example, bro. I live here.
All right, then I don't know, Mark.
That shit
You
I could
live way above
that's
my
a
means.
no, but what I'm
To me,
saying
that's
is
nice. So I don't know.
that ain't okay to you, but that ain't shit. You don't need to be out in St. Charles.
So you also said I shouldn't
You know,
be
let
in
me
the
tell you,
hood, but
you
I be
know
in
who
the
lives
hood too.
do you know who lives in St. Charles?
High end customers, Karens.
Remember New Kids on the Block?
No,
No,
I
that's
don't know
dance
what that.
before
What's
your
that?
time.
I don't
Donnie
know.
Wahlberg lives in St. Charles.
You like a celebrity?
Yeah, he's Mark Wahlberg's brother. Donnie was the
Oh
older
shit.
brother. He was a part of New
Okay.
Kids on the Block. He lives in St. Charles.
Okay.
All right. This is the type of customer that you're dealing with. Your skill set, it kind of goes back to what I'm saying. Your skill set, when you're dealing with this type of customer who is a privileged, snooty customer, this is what they expect. You get your behind back out here and you move this
That's
stereo cabinet and you put it back where I need you to have it so my contractor can come in here and get it.
literally. Swear to God.
See, now you scared because this is the first time this ever happened to you. You want to know?
You ain't lying. I'm definitely
No.
seeking
Yeah, you
some advice
scared. You
now.
scared. Ain't shit she can do. You've one, she
No
shouldn't have
doubt.
hired you because one, you're a rogue mover. You're not licensed, so that's on her.
Right.
But this is where this benefits you. All right, all right. There's nothing she can do.
But I also
This
don't
was
want to.
ain't shit she can do, bro. Listen to me. You're not licensed. She can't call Illinois Commerce Commission and have them mediate the shit because you have no ICC number.
Right.
You're not licensed. If they go look you up, they can set you up on a sting, but that's that's something that can happen anyway. You know, you
Right.
don't.
I actually saw them the
So
other day.
okay, well, be careful. Two.
They was in front of that Michigan building.
Okay, how you know it was them?
They got the Illinois. It's a black char. It was a black Charger. Illinois Commerce Police on it, or
Oh
Commerce
yeah,
Commission.
that was them.
Yeah, with the Illinois thing on it. I know.
That was them. Ooh, Charlie, what you was doing right there?
So look, I
You
was
do
hired by this lady to move in 1670. She wanted to move the 1720 to the 16 one, the one right next door. So it was a move from that
1620,
building to the next
1620, and 1720. Yeah.
Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted to move her one unit to the other building. But she told me that if she asked if I had insurance, I told her no. But she
Mm-hmm.
wanted to still get the move done because I don't know, last minute, whatever. So
Yeah.
she asked if we wore uniforms. I say no. So we was just her cousins for the day moving. She was a
Mm-hmm.
black lady as well, so I mean, ain't nobody question us about it,
Okay.
and that's how we did that. But I know that was probably a little, hot to do, uh, but we got that done. But that was a situation with the lady, man. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that because you're right, I ain't never dealt with this, so I'm gonna seek,
Ain't nothing she can do. I mean, she gonna leave you a bad review, and she may try to go after you, but you're not licensed. The worst that can happen, she could contact the ICC, and they could try to set you up in a sting, and
Okay.
fine you that way. But that's about
I
it.
just was
Like,
kind of more so looking like where's the thin line I can do upon like I don't want to kiss the customer's ass for every damage they claim I get, but also I don't want to have a bad reputation of not helping out people. Anything like if I drop something, I see a scratch, I'll give you your money. I've done that. There's been small claims I've had. We've done good business. No hurt
mm,
feelings. But when it comes to, bigger problems like this, where's the thin line I kind of can maneuver, with being a road company?
one, you should be more careful. Two, if it was just glass, I mean, the glass ain't really nothing to fix, bro. Like, glass gonna break. You just get the glass cut. You
Because
go
she was
right there.
telling
Hey,
me like
listen,
I need to come out
listen.
of
87th and Cottage Grove, Smith Glass, right there. That's it. $40, depending on the size. They'll cut your glass all day long. They cut glass. So it ain't like you going and you trying to get the pain. Smith cuts glass. Right there on 87th and Cottage. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? So, so glass ain't really no big thing to duck and dodge, and it's a cheap fix. Shit, but 40, $50.
She was telling me like, hey, it's 150 for them to come out. It's gonna be 400 to replace. That's why I was wondering,
To replace the
if that's true,
glass.
provide me, the estimate, the quote, something. Can I even get some pictures of the damaged item? She didn't even want to do that, so she was
Well,
being
you would
difficult
you
the
would you would
entire
need to get
time.
the you would need to get the measurement for the glass in order to replace it. So, but here's the thing: every customer gonna be different. When you're dealing with people like in St. Charles, you're dealing with people in Lake Forest, Highland Park, Lake Forest, St. Charles, Barrington, South Barrington. You're dealing with people with like these are privileged, entitled, well-to-do, wealthy people. So like,
Right.
they're used to getting their way. They don't understand. Um, no, these are people that get what they want. 3 million, $4 million house, buy it. You know what I'm saying? whatever they want, they're used to. They're not. No, it's not in their vocabulary. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So and then you don't know who these people are. So just because you're not licensed don't mean you can't. You could be dealing with a well-to-do attorney who has relationships. So you need to be mindful and be careful, especially when you're doing these rogue moves. I already told you to have a radius. You want to continue to go out here and deal in these well-to-do, rich suburbs of Chicago, be my guest. When I was starting off with you, I wasn't out there. I was in the city dealing with yuppies, young urban professionals. I was all on the north side, all up and down Clark Street, all up and down Broadway. All those yuppies, those young urban professionals, and those weirdos that be all up and down Clark and all over there, who have dumpster diver furniture. You know what I'm saying? All those. See, this is back when I was getting started. Like, it was a lot of gothic people still that was living all up and down Clark and shit. They didn't have like nice furniture. They just wanted their shit to get from point A to point B. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't have to worry about snooty people. I didn't have to deal with well-to-do people and well-to-do attitudes. And I didn't have to worry about damaging shit to the magnitude of what you was damaging, because I wasn't dealing with that type of clientele. I didn't learn with people's with nice shit. I learned with young urban professionals, yuppies. That's why I told you should frequent. If you want to go way out there and keep dealing with these people, you're gonna keep having the same issues.
Well, I'm not necessarily seeking them out. I'm kind of, if the lead comes through, I have that radius on. If it seems like a job I'm capable
Bro,
of
you in
doing,
Chicago, bro. Listen to me. You're in Chicago. It's plenty of work. You don't have to now do what you want to do, bro. I'm trying to tell you, you keep going out here in these lily white suburbs, 40 miles outside of Chicago, all right? And you don't know what you're doing, and you playing with these people. You can go up north and you can do studios, you can do a few items, you can do small junior one bedrooms, you can do one bedrooms, and you don't have to worry, and you can learn, right? And not be held responsible to moving curio cabinets and armoires and all this shit that you're not skilled at moving yet.
yeah. I mean,
You asking the
Mark.
customer, can you stand shit up? The customer don't know. What she know? That's why she hired you.
Well, like I will say this: I learn from every mistake I do, and I never make the same mistake twice. Every mistake I've done in this moving, business so far, I've learned from. Whether it's, you know, scratching up someone's doors, learn from that mistake. I'm way more cautious of that now. Whether it's, just packing, making sure the items are packed right in the truck, I'm conscious of that. Now, as far as this, what I learned from this, one,
Listen,
if
go
it's
ahead.
something that's already packaged before me, I need to know what it. I need to look at it. If I would have knew that the shells was in it, I wouldn't have done it, Mark. I've moved China cabinets. All this stuff you're talking about. I've moved, no problems, good
So here's
reviews.
the thing. You could have opened it up to see what was in it. See,
I
you
didn't though.
can't.
That's the
I know.
experience part
So
right there.
that's a mistake.
That's the mistake, and it's experience.
So
It's got to be
so
experience though, because
so
once you go
so
through it, I ain't gonna do it again.
so one, you should be wrapping everything. And two, if you
Right,
coming behind somebody else, you know what I'm saying, you need to do your due diligence. You see what I'm
and
saying?
that's what I
So,
didn't do.
you know, so yeah, so ultimately that's on you. I would not, set myself up to go out there so the police can be waiting on you. Only thing she can do is take you to small claims court, bro. That's it. She can take you to small claims court. She can contact the Illinois Commerce Commission. They can set you up for a sting operation. That's about it. which ultimately they're
Like I
gonna
said,
charge
I
you.
had
They're gonna
already thought
charge
of
you.
that.
They're gonna give you a $750 ticket, and she can end up taking you to small claims court.
I got you.
Or she told you it was 150 for the glass.
She said it was 150 for them to come out and look at it.
See, now you gotta understand when you dealing with people out there, they not like Chicago people. They not finna do. They gonna have a person come out and it's gonna look and all this shit for a piece of glass. They not finna touch nothing. They not finna go and do the measurement and go to a place where they can cut the glass and all that shit. Those are privileged people. They call someone and they pay top dollar. So,
Right.
and those people, they not gonna never go with your guy. They're gonna go with who they want to go with.
Who they trust.
Yeah. So when you're dealing with St. Charles and Barrington, and Lake Forest, and
See, I don't even go up all that.
with NECA,
I swear, that was the first time I moved to St. Charles. I only
with
stayed to
NECA, Wilmette, all these
Aurora,
Naperville, Burr Ridge. See, you got to know where the money at, big dog. You don't know where the money at. I remember I asked you, did you know your city? You don't know where the money at. You gotta know where the money at, big dog. See,
Ask me
you ain't
now.
ready to
I
go.
know a little bit more now than I do before.
Where the money at? What's the richest community in Chicago?
In the Chicago, I would say, which is, well, that's not really part of Chicago. I would
Give me
say
two.
somewhere up there by either
Give me.
Evanston.
No. Up there by
Nah,
Evanston, Rogers Park. All right, bro. Come on.
nah. Oh, all right, well,
No. No.
maybe I
You
don't
need
know
to.
more than
You
Mark.
need to. You need to. You need to come back south, bro. Closer towards downtown.
But that's the thing. A lot of
I'm
the
talking about in
buildings
the
I get
city.
the
In the
lease for
city. In the
downtown, but they
city.
want the insurance. They
You
want
can't
the
work. You
insurance,
can't
Mark.
work downtown, bro. We don't want you down here. You ain't got no insurance, big dog. You can't come in these
Right.
buildings. Hey, you got to have the COI, big dog. Additionally insured.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
we need
know.
you to put. We need you to
Certificate of
put.
insurance.
We need you to put. North Shore Property Managers as a certificate holder. We need you to add Lake Point Tower Board of Directors, all its members. We need you to add CNS Janitorial. We need you to add all these people as additionally insured. We need you to add Lakeshore Property Management certificate holder and submit that before we let you in the building, big dog. Can you do that for us?
No, I can't do that for you right now.
All right.
So I wouldn't even take that job. But I've been doing my neighborhood, Evergreen, Oakline, the remaining suburbs around me, Alsa, Blue Island, all that stuff. Then I do the city. I go to the south. I go out east. I was over there by Yates. I was over there by Jeffrey. I be out east.
Man,
I
what
go
you
to the
doing over
hood. We was on
these?
Inglewood.
Why?
Huh?
Why you over there? What you over there for?
Mark, moving, bro. I move
What?
all over.
What you doing on the east side? Who you moving over there?
Moving.
Where?
Moving. I get
Where?
I make money all around the city, bro. I ain't scared to go nowhere. I was door dashing over east, dog. I was door dashing over east for $10, bro. Yes, I had to get it. Sorry.
Do your thing, big dog. You gonna learn.
I mean, it look like I go out to the far burbs. I got Karens. I go over east. I gotta deal with us. So I mean, hey,
I
I gotta
gave you a
find a happy
radius.
middle.
I gave you a radius to work, but you gonna do what you want to do, big dog. So do your thing. Who am I? I'm just Mark, dude. I don't know nothing.
I'm not debating you, Mark. I'm not
I'm
debating
not
you.
debating you. You see, I'm chilling. I got
I'm probably gonna do it.
my
You
finger
see,
over my eye.
I'm not
I'm chilling.
debating you. I just gotta give you my insight on
I
what I'm thinking. I'm not saying you
I
wrong.
hear you.
I ain't never said you wrong.
I gave you a
I'm
radius.
just
Yeah.
gonna.
Go with your insight, big dog, on the new moving in my see. It'd be different if you wasn't in my city. You in my city. I already know and conquered it. I already know what to do. I already know what to tell you to do. Do it your way.
So just cut off all that. But I'm still getting
Man, do it
jobs
your
from there though.
do
So
it.
you're saying to cut off
Hey,
that.
who says all jobs ain't good jobs? You couldn't pay me to go on the east side. You couldn't pay me. And guess what? Mama still live on the east side. I was just visiting mama today. Don't mean I'm going to
So
send
if
no
you was
trucks
starting,
nowhere else. Listen, check this out, pimp. If I'm from the east side, mama's still in the east side, and I'm telling you, I wouldn't go do shit on the east side. You not from the east side. You from the suburbs.
okay.
You from the suburbs. You talking to an east side nigga telling me what you gonna do and you ain't from the east side.
I'm just a nigga with no fears though, Mark.
It ain't about fears, bro. That ain't got shit to do with it. We not talking about
And
scary. Hold on.
I
We
see
not
the
talking about,
opportunity, Mark.
listen, we not talking about scared. You know why it's underserved? It's a
Cause
reason
nobody want to
why.
go.
It's a reason why. Sir.
Yeah.
Fearless. What are you talking about,
I
fearless?
ain't
Boy,
gonna.
ain't nobody talking about fearless. Go on over there. Do the move and don't get paid. Then your next call, you're gonna be coming by, man, Mark, we went over there, man. We moved all this stuff.
I actually ain't had no problem with not getting paid. Only
You know the
time
only
I had a
time
problem with
I
not
sent
getting paid was
what?
one time the lady couldn't pay me in full and I had to collect it the next day, and that was out
All right,
west. That was over
so
west.
why you out west?
Hey, Mark,
Listen, bro,
I'm
listen,
just a
listen,
hungry. I'm a
listen.
hungry young guy, bro.
All right,
I'm
all
sorry.
right. 10-4. Do your thing, big dog.
I'm not saying I'm not gonna narrow down my
I
market,
didn't
but
say
you
don't
want
do it.
like.
Listen, I'm not saying don't. I just said do your thing.
But I know what you mean when you say that, Mark. I watch your content, bro.
Okay.
But look, I appreciate your advice, man. I'm gonna listen to it as usual. I'm gonna process it. I'm gonna do what I think is best. I definitely hear you, and I appreciate your insight. I appreciate everything else you've done for me to help me get to this point. I have improved my ratings. I got the top pro. I'm trying to, keep going up, bro. That's all I'm trying to do, you know. But I'm making some mistakes, and I'm learning from them along the way. That's all I can say.
That's what's up, big dog.
That's all I got for you, man.
Yeah, man. Be safe out there.
I'll be safe for sure.
Yeah, be safe. Be safe on the east side.
I'll be safe.
All right. Make sure you
All
might
right,
want to
man.
get a deposit up front.
I was actually thinking about that. What do you think would be a fair price for a deposit?
I don't know. I'm just talking shit, bro. I
I mean, I'm
we
just
only
talking
did
with you. So what we
we
talking?
don't
Like 50, 100?
we only did I only took deposits on long distance shit. I never took deposits. If we didn't get paid, we just didn't get paid. Only times I
Mm.
sent trucks on the east side or the west side is when the social services contract we had would send us there and there was a social worker there. Or thresholds. We had thresholds. So thresholds, then yeah. So if it was a social worker, because we was dealing with uh this company was social workers would come, they would be there to supervise the shit and they were paying. So that was the only times, so or if it was thresholds. So because the social worker was paying, they would go to thresholds and pick out the furniture and so forth. But dealing with a consumer directly, if it wasn't a repeat consumer that we dealt with, or maybe a referral, like, man, my daughter need to move type shit. I'm gonna be there and cover the cost of the move, and it's a customer that we move that may not be. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have raised. It's unfortunate that we had to do this, but I'm telling you from experience, bro. You can do what you want to do, but I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? So it's more than just not getting paid. You got to look at, man, I had a truck in Hyde Park and shit just grew legs. I had a truck
Somebody
broken
stole the
into
truck.
it in Hyde Park. No, they broke into the truck. I had two separate occasions in this Hyde Park. We ain't even talking about East Side. I had a situation in
All
Hyde
right.
Park where they broke in the truck. So the cab of the truck
Damn.
was closed. They broke the glass while the movers was upstairs rapping or padding or doing whatever they was doing. They went in there, stole shit out the cab, had shit when they went on the back of the truck and had part. Had a situation where shit was stolen in Pilsen.
Pilsen.
Now, when you go into more impoverished areas, there's other things that you have to worry about other than that not getting paid. You still also have to worry about the safety of
The customers' items.
and your people.
No, that's a valid point. That's a very
You
valid
know,
point.
and you got to make sure you getting paid too. I remember it was a job that was on 72nd and Coles.
Cold.
This was like 2017. It was a dispute. Now, only reason we took it is because it was an employee's sister.
Mm.
Dispute, breaking up from the boyfriend. The police was there, but the police was like, we can't stand here for the whole move.
Right.
As soon as he left, you
Especially
already know what
CPD. They
happened.
ain't.
Buddy showed up.
It was some problems.
They called the office. I wasn't there. They called the office. Now, since it
But he
wasn't that
must have tweaked.
far, I took a drive over. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. It's the type of shit you dealing with, bro. Not, I don't,
I don't know. Like, I obviously do have those fears. Those are not like when I say fearless nigga, that's just me talking. But like, I obviously do have those concerns of not getting paid, or somebody stealing us, or shoot, somebody sticking us up. I mean, you feel me? If they get up on us, ain't nothing we can do. We got to give it up at that point. So,
I wouldn't worry about the sticking up. But New City, they got jacked for one of their trucks downtown last year. It was in a dock, and they got jacked. And they took the truck from, I think it was, I forgot what building it was in. They took the truck from them downtown, and they found it on 103rd and Halsted, and it was rummaged through, ramsacked.
bro, they
I
chopped
mean,
it up.
no, they found it like a few hours later, bro. Like they wasn't. Where you gonna hide a 26-foot moving truck? They just took it
I want to know
to
where
the
they was
south
gonna hide
side,
it on
and
103rd Austin.
they just
You
left
know
it
where
in
to
the
hide it.
lot. They just no, they ain't lying. They just parked it in the lot, left it, took what they want, rummaged through it, and took what they want, and they just left the truck there. Uh, uh, so that could happen anywhere in the city. I've given you a radius where you can be successful, a small, tight knit radius, and then you can grow, from there. If you want to, have this open radius, so be it. But I've given you a radius where you can be successful without having to travel so far out. You could be safe, right? Your learning curve will be, not much. Your risk, as far as will you get paid versus won't you get paid, is to a minimum. This is business. You can't, I hear what you're saying, but from someone in the same market that has come before you, I'm telling you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just best to just listen to,
What being told?
like y'all little young cats, y'all just hard headed, bro. This is why I don't come on here that much no more. I
Oh,
heard
don't say
dude
that.
that say, "Oh man, it's his way or the highway," but I know what I'm
Who said
talking
that?
about. That's goofy.
Somebody.
But your situation, you're in my market. If anybody's market, I know it's going to be this one.
Yeah.
I know where all the
Like
money
you told
is
me
at.
the 100.
You have
Like
an
you told me the
area
100, and I
where
ain't
all
listen.
the money. Well, you didn't listen until you listened and you saw that I was right.
Right.
Y'all just don't want to listen. Y'all hard headed. Y'all want to go out and bump your head. But if I'm telling you what to do, I don't understand
Do it.
why I just don't listen and just because if you would have listened to me off back when I told you that, you would have seen the change sooner Then when you were kind of, well, let me try this shit that he said. You know what I'm saying? See if this works. Might as well at this point.
Right. No, I mean,
So
I
I'll
ain't
be looking
denying
at it
that's a
like, man,
fact.
why continue to waste my time, bro? I could be doing other shit. And that's why I just been doing. That's why I ain't did this shit in a month. Cause I could do other shit.
Well, I mean, I hope you don't end it for all, cause I ain't gonna
Hey
lie, you
man,
drop a lot of
the way I've been feeling, like, no, I have to like encourage myself to come on here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Well, I mean, you
I
ain't
don't
wrong for taking a break, bro.
the
Ain't
way
nothing wrong
how
with
I
taking
used
a
to
break and reevaluate.
no, it ain't no break. It ain't no break. The way I used to proactively be inspired to do it, I don't feel like that no more.
You feel like it's becoming like a task, like a you gotta do it.
I just feel like with the level of skill set that most people have, and they meant that where they at mentally when it come to business, you come to ask questions. Why are you pushing back? You don't even know, you telling me what you want to do, and you don't even know, you can't even tell me what you want to do entails. So then when I give you the answer, you want to but and all this shit, and you don't even know the basic shit. So if I'm telling you, boom,
Right.
boom, boom, what is it? All right. So eventually, a person is just gonna, especially if it's pro bono, it'd be different if I'm, you know, was gaining something from it, like from a other outside than satisfaction. But how can you be
Right.
satisfied when you gotta beat shit into people? Pause. Like, bro, that ain't satisfying. You know what I'm saying? Because I what for you, I live here. You know, I live here. So, I wouldn't on the new. I
Now,
wouldn't
I
be
don't
out
want
in
to make
St.
it
Charles.
seem like I'm not
I wouldn't be out in all these ritzy suburbs. I just wouldn't be out there. Your liability is just too high. You
too
at
high.
risk. Yeah.
That's kind of like the standpoint I wasn't looking at it from. So I appreciate you, telling me that, and I definitely take it into consideration. And I never want to make it seem like, at least from my standpoint, I always listen to what you got to say. Rather, I give something back. That's just me. I can't help it. But I always listen to it and I always value it because, like you said, you have, walked before me. You have done this, and you are from my city. So I appreciate you. Even it's 10:22, bro. You don't got to be talking to me right now. You could have said fuck me and went to sleep. So I appreciate that. But you know, as far as your feeling upon people not listening and all that, I mean you got a valid point, bro. You done this. You don't have to do this. And if people don't want to listen and they want to go back and forth, I mean that's on them. I try not to go back and forth. I just got to let somebody else know what I'm thinking. I ain't never said I was the smartest, but
Nobody's ever
you know.
said that. You going overboard now, bro. All I said is just take more mind to what I'm saying, big dog. That's all.
Well, I
Yeah.
ain't got nothing else for you, man. I'm gonna let you get up out of here. I appreciate it as always, and I'll be speaking with you. Again, still reaching to that 100K. We at about 30, 31 right now. So
What you talking about?
gross revenue.
Oh, okay. All
You
right. Yeah, good
challenged
luck.
me to 100K before the end of September, I believe you said, or something like that. So
I did. I don't even remember that, big
yeah,
dog.
we talked twice, man. Like I say, we probably talked to a lot of people, but I value the
Yeah.
conversation, so I appreciate it, man.
Oh, 100K, you gotta get two then, big dog.
Yeah,
You gotta
I'm
get
trying.
two. Yeah, you're gonna have to get two, bro. You should have I been told you to do that storage thing and all that. You ain't even did it.
And that's on me, and I'm responsible for that, and I'm cool with that.
I
So
told you that
moving forward,
last year. I talked to you last year then, right?
I wasn't doing it. I wasn't. You was talking to me. I had the idea I wanted to do it. I didn't start doing it. I didn't
The
start
first time I
officially doing
talked
it
to you,
until
you was
January.
already January this year?
Well, I didn't start doing it to the end of December. My bad, not January. End of December. You talked to me about beginning of November, December. Not when I was really doing it. Because I was just telling you I had one move. I didn't even do it yet. I had just booked it.
So you should have been had you some flyers then, big dog. Don't take
I
that
had the
long to get
business
no
cards, but
flyers.
I ain't had the flyers. I got the flyers now, so I'm a
Yeah,
little late
man,
on it. I admit,
yeah,
but we
you need
stepped
to
the game up.
yeah, hit these storage facilities and get to it, big dog.
I got you.
All right,
All
chin
right,
up,
man.
man, chin up.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right,
All right, man.
yep. All right, man. I got like a slight. It ain't throbbing, but it's like a slight little pound, like a not like a boom 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 boom. It's more like a doop 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 doop. And I don't know, bro. It's just these young cats, bro. Man, it's hard getting through to these cats, bro. They'll tell you, man, Mark, I listened to your information. It was right after you fight it, but then when you listen to it, you come back and you say, damn, man, yeah, you was right. But then when I give you more information, you want to fight it. Like, bro, I don't know, bro. But all right, man, I'm out, bro. I got a headache. It's a little slight little pulse or whatever. Peace.